say that same thing of, oh, yeah, well, I allowed him to abuse the hell out of me. Like, literally, say that to yourself when you actually go through abuse. Literally. That's what I want them to do. Go through that shit and then tell us, yeah, I allowed this person to abuse me. I just woke up and said, yeah, I'm going to be stupid enough to let this man abuse and lie to me and manipulate the life out of my system on purpose. Literally. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I'm just telling you, Shannon, that wasn't okay.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
Yeah. I didn't catch it. I want to say something on that too, real quick, because had I heard her say any of that before I came in, 9 times out of 10, she wouldn't have gotten this. She wouldn't have gotten this scene of play that she got when she was on the page, on the panel.
I didn't catch it. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, when I say when it comes to certain things that women say, Shannon, you're probably not going to catch it because we know. And I'm not being biased at this point, but it's kind of like girl speak, right? You know how when you were growing up, right? And you would see like young girls having a conversation, and all of a sudden it turns catty. It's usually because of how someone says something, and we catch it, and we be like, "Oh, wait, you trying to throw shade? You trying to make it seem like this is what's happened, right?" So when we hear women say, "Oh, well, you know, it's your fault that you did this or whatever," because had I caught that, she probably would have got. I would have came up and was on go from all of that, because I was going to explain to her, right, that the reason why people call women pick-me's is not because we disagree with you. It's because some of the things that you say put women and men in danger that are going through abusive situations. When you say certain things that makes other women who are probably going through those abusive situations, it makes them think that you would sacrifice everybody around you just to keep a man. That's what a pick-me does. Me, as a woman, if I get in a relationship with another man, he better not ask me to sacrifice anything for him. He better not ask me, because I'm leaving. I am the very first time you'd ask me, "Oh, I don't like your brother," or "I don't like the fact that you and your son's dad is so close and y'all co-parent so well." I don't give a fuck. You don't have to sit here and make me choose between the people that's been there for me over you. You don't have to do that.
Hold on, Sherman. Hey, y'all tap the screen, share the live. We'll go ahead.
Please tap the screen.
Hold on, Sherman. I Tut asking to talk. Let me just see what he got to say.
Hold on, I'm gonna land my plane. I'm gonna land my plane. I promise I'm gonna land my plane. But we do have to get CC and now Greg up here in the conversation because they just got here. CC been waiting so patiently. I love it. She's so
I'm sorry. Hold on. CC, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Just give me 10 seconds. I want Tut to finish, and I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna land the plane right here. So if you're being called a pick-me, how about you think about what you said, what may have been quote unquote pick-me-ish, and then sit and think about it. Marinate around for a second and say, if somebody told me this, would I be okay with it? That's it. That's really it. That's all.
Okay, Tut, go ahead and finish your dialogue, because that's what you're about to do.
Right, I wanted to reply to what you were saying basically, and I just wanted to just let it be known that the whole it's all men until there's no men. I support that wholeheartedly because I feel like unless us as men are seen as one thing and we work to hold each other accountable, that is truly how we will see change. And I've seen that, and I've seen it with myself, right? Like at first, I used to get upset when I used to hear this thing, but then I realized what it means and why it's being said. And I started to have more empathy towards it. And I realized that it's helped me become more emotionally intelligent and, understand why this phrase was being said. Right? I just wanted to say that into what she was saying. So, yeah. Well, I wholeheartedly agree with what she said.
Thank you, Tut, because I get what she was trying to say, that she didn't want nothing to be generalized. But it's not about generalization. Not everything is a generalization. Sometimes we have to pick out the bad behaviors. And when a lot of women like that, and a lot of men who don't speak on those type of behaviors, and they come out and start talking about some not all men, you are actually proving the point of why a lot of women say all men until it's none. Because
victim blaming.
Yeah, not only is it victim blaming, it's also
excluding men from accountability as well. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Right. So see, that's get it, my brother. You got it. I'm gonna shut up.
Let's see what CC got to say. How you doing, ma'am?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for inviting me up. I don't
problem.
know if I actually requested. Thank you. I don't know if I actually requested or somebody invited me,
You know,
but
you did.
anyway,
You
thank you. This is my
requested.
first live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, congratulations.
Let's go. So I just want to touch on the topic. So first of all, I wanted to acknowledge some of the ladies that I did hear what the young lady had said, because I know a lot of people was like, "Oh, I didn't hear that." I did hear her specifically say, fuck, I forgot what she. I'm sorry. Oops, this TikTok. I'm sorry.
About women allowing men to abuse them.
Yeah, I did hear that. And my initial response to that in my head was that, oh, she's young, because a green person would say something like that. Someone who's never experienced that would have that type of point of view, because unless you've been through it, you would think it doesn't exist. I used to be that girl, especially when I was in my early 20s. I dated a guy who was in his mid 30s, and he told me to my face, like, "You're very green." And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't get it until later on when I realized what ways I was green and how he was able to manipulate me, because I thought in a very naive way, childlike. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on the topic. You said, do women sacrifice more in relationships than men? Yes. And I think all the statistics show that we do. I had mentioned in the chat that when women are partnered with men, specifically Black men, our life expectancy goes down. So we live less longer than we would if we were single, and also if we were not childbearing, if we have never had children. And all of those things you can Google. Also, I just wanted to bring up that this exact same topic came up earlier this morning. And I truly believe because it was a woman host, it was not received well. So I just want to thank the host for bringing up this topic. I really do believe it is sometimes just the messenger and not actually the message. So thank you for bringing up the topic.
Yeah, no problem.
But back to what I was saying, do women sacrifice more in relationships? Yes. Why? Because in our innate role as the divine feminine, we are givers. We had that mother-like instinct. It's just in our divine nature. We are the givers, and the men. I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. No, we're the receivers, and the men are the givers. That's the way it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, because women are taking on a more masculine role, we have become more of the givers, and the men are more of the receivers. Just a fun fact of my life, I do live full time. So a lot of times I get to see this in real life. I would say out of all men rides that I get, most of the time when it's a man entering the car, it's under a woman's name. And the reason I bring that up is because it shows who's financing the bill. So say I go and pick up someone and it's supposed to be...
You drive for Lyft?
Yeah, I do.
I do the same. I see that all the time.
You see it all the time, right? You be like,
I
oh,
see
God,
it all the time. And it makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me so uncomfortable because I don't know these intentions of the guys, especially if they don't know I'm a woman or something. Like, it makes me so.
It makes me uncomfortable too, because they have this verification system, and on Lyft we have a special program where we're supposed to be connecting women with women drivers. So you got that turned on in your app. I'm thinking, oh, I'm picking up Sarah. She won't feel comfortable because it's a woman. Whole time it's not Sarah, it's Devontae. Yes.
Devontae?
You hear me? And I swear on everything. I swear on everything.
Yes.
I feel like even though Lyft has done a lot when it comes to like their security measures, bro, they need to do more, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
they make us take pictures to verify ourselves before we start. They need to start doing the same thing with men.
But see, Uber does that. I do both Uber and Lyft. Lyft don't make you take pictures. Uber makes you do that.
Yeah.
Uber makes you take a picture before you get on. But with Lyft, you can just get on at any time and you can just drive. Like when I tell you, before Lyft got the lawsuit with that lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
We were able to keep all of our money. I've been driving with Lyft for almost four years plus. We were able to keep all our money. Now, not only are we paying external fees and taxes and all that. We have paid none of that before they did that SA lawsuit. Now, our money, the taxes, everything that we was making is going to for them to pay off that lawsuit.
Hold on,
so
Zena,
yeah,
real quick. Y'all keep tapping the screen, shut alive. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually. So yeah, CC is right. Sit down in the comments. She said, please report every account that switch people, and I do that every time.
An experience too with that. Unfortunately, I did pick up a male passenger, and it was supposed to be a woman. It was under a woman's account, and I tell you, that was the most uncomfortable ride I ever experienced. And it's almost like they are like jealous of the fact that I'm working. Like, I could tell this man was somebody who was trying to get on his feet. Like, he looked like I was picking him up from like a temp agency or something. Like, he was really trying to get on his feet and just, get back and forth to work. But what caught me off guard is that when he got in the car, he was already disgruntled and had an attitude. So I'm like I'm already thinking I'm picking up a woman, and then I have to deal with the fact that I'm picking up a man. And not only is it a man that I don't know, it's not identified, he's already coming off aggressive. So that just like goes to further like back up the point that I was trying to make, is that a lot of times women are financing the man's life. And this is just in my day-to-day experience. Like I was saying, my statistics with this, it's pretty much 1 out of 1. Like on my day-to-day, if I actually pick up a man, the chance or probability that it's under his account is like a 1 out of 1 chance. Like it's not happening. Most of the time when I pick up men, especially black men, if it's under anybody's account, it's going to be a woman's. Like the woman is the one that's financing the bill for this ride. So it just goes to show that we sacrifice a lot more when it comes to relationships. And because of that is, unfortunately, in our race, we are the higher income earners. Black women earn a lot more than black men do. So we kind of we don't have to, but we choose to date down a lot of times.
Hold on, one question.
Men who don't necessarily have the same financial status as we do.
Is that hold on. Zena, is that true? Because last time I checked, the wage gap is still 5,000 between the black man and the black woman.
We are closing it little by little.
But do y'all make more? Do y'all make more than black men on average yet?
On average, no.
On average,
no. We don't make more, but we are closing that gap. I think the last time I checked, which was like in 2019, we were making $8 less an hour than black men were, and black men were making $15 less than the white teen man was. So we're both closing the pay gap when it comes to white teen people.
It's not there. Okay, so it's just not there.
Yeah, it's not there yet. No, we are, but it is from the last time I checked.
We're definitely out educated, which means we have more opportunities to earn more.
Yeah, we do have that. But when it comes to like, even if there are some black men who are average, right, and they wanted to go for a job, even for the woman who, if you put a black woman who's educated and qualified versus a black man who has no degrees in the same job, the black man is still more likely to be hired for that job because he is a man. Now, does that say
earn more money from it too?
Yeah, and earn that money, more money for it too. Now, when it comes to like I said, the gender pay wage gap, Shannon is right. We are still making $5 less than black men, but we are closing that gap though because of our education and what we're doing. So.
Okay,
that's interesting. I thought it was different. I follow a couple of scholars who had expressed otherwise, but
if you can name the scholar in the comments, I would love to.
He's very controversial.
What numbers he got?
He's very controversial. I rather not. He has very strong opinions that a lot of people.
Hold on, y'all.
Dr. Umar?
Yes, ma'am.
I knew it was Dr. Umar.
Oh, Lord, no, ma'am. We don't quote scammers. Hold on, wait. But then I want to see what the brother got to say. But go ahead.
So Dr. Umar says some things that can be, like, okay, brother, you saying a little something, you feel me? I hear what you're saying. But a lot of times, Dr. Umar be on some BS. A lot of times because he pushing that Pan-African agenda, which I don't have no problem with Pan-Africanists who are actually Pan-Africanists. But Dr. Umar is known to be a grifter. He's been saying.
But you sound like you do, though. You said you don't have a problem with it, but you said it's BS.
Wait. He been saying that he was going to build a school for Black kids for the past 15 years.
And
The only person who built a school for Black kids is literally in my state. I'm in Ohio. That's in Akron, Ohio, which is LeBron James. Literally the only person.
Babe, that's not independent.
But hold on, y'all. Hold on. I want
It's funded by the government, ma'am.
But
Please get your facts before you
But-
say
but
someone
wait.
is a scammer.
But wait a minute. Let me see what Mr. Greg. That was me. But let me see what Mr. Greg got.
But before you go to Mr. Greg, I didn't even answer the second question. But
Oh, go
if you want to go ahead. It's your show.
No, but go ahead. If you want to ask the second question, go ahead.
I do believe they have an ego problem. You said do Black men have an ego problem? Yes, I do agree. The reason why I agree is because I feel as though I believe, my beliefs is that a lot of men allow their ego to disrupt them from learning, interrupt them from seeking knowledge. It interrupts them from asking for help. No, this is my thing. A lot of things with the Black men in our community is that they're not accountable to anyone. A lot of Black men have left the church. They're not accountable to God anymore. I was a church goer for more than half of my life. I don't remember having any male church friends in Christian school. So a lot of them are not accountable to God. And unfortunately, because like us or like some of us, they don't have fathers in the house, they're not accountable to their father. So that just shows that they have this upbringing of only being accountable to themselves, which unfortunately is not conducive to the Black family, because they have to be accountable to someone so that they can know how to lead. Someone has to check you when you're not leading in a way that is conductive to the Black family, or if you're a Christian, in a way that's godlike. So I do believe that men do have an ego problem, and I do believe that the only way that we're going to be able to solve that problem is that we get more elders of substance and education to be able to do some type of leadership programs with the young Black men in our community, because unfortunately a lot of us are growing up in homes without the father present. So that's it.
Okay.
So, real quick before we go to Greg, because Life of BJ asked a question, and I told him I said I would explain in a second. So, Life of BJ said that's aggressive for them having a bad day, possibly. I'll tell you this, right? When you're a woman, and plus when you drive for Lyft, you can't have any type of weapons at all. You can't have anything when you're driving for Lyft. Like literally, you will get kicked off the platform if you have anything, even if it's concealed. Right, and somebody thinks that you have something on you, right? If a man comes in and I'm the only person driving this car, right? I don't know if this man may have a weapon on him. I don't know if this man may have a pokey on him. I don't know what he may have on him. So not only do we have to tread lightly with this person's attitude, but we don't know how this person might be in the head. If he's having a bad day and he wants to take it out on somebody, I might be his next victim. Or Cece might be his next victim. Or Shemaine might be his next victim. Because if we are listening to what these men are saying on podcasts, aren't men on average stronger than women? So one man's bad day could be the end of our lives. Think of that. When y'all are trying to say, oh, well, women are out here being disrespectful and opening their mouths to be disrespectful and calling us all types of BANs and all this other stuff. A lot of times y'all can just brush that off y'all shoulder and keep it pushing. When it comes to men being aggressive to us, that could be the end of our lives. That's it.
Mr. Dan.
Yes, how you doing?
What's going on?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting about that ego comment that what's her name? CC made.
Can you answer the prompts first, and then you can address CC if you want to address CC. But he answered
women sacrifice more in relationships than men. Agree, disagree.
Okay.
Black men have an ego problem. Since I have to choose one, then
you answer both of them. You answer both of them. Like if you disagree with both of them, just say you disagree and then answer both of them. Like why? why you disagree. You know what I'm saying? We just having a discussion. I ain't gonna cuss you out.
Okay. So, what do you mean? Like, so you want me to go back to the first question and then answer?
Well, just answer why. You know, you can answer both questions and then say, "Well, I disagree with the first prompt because of this, that, and the third."
Okay. All right. So, with the first prompt, this is not my experience. I don't meet a lot of women that are making sacrifice. I meet more women that are looking for men to help them. So,
In a relationship,
yes,
I'm talking about. Wait. If she's in a relationship, why is she looking for men to help?
That's why they're in a relationship.
Wait, talking about you do understand the crazy nonsense for a woman to be in a relationship with a man and then still be looking for help? Is that what you're saying? Like, what are you
talking about single women?
No, I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking about relationships. We're not talking about single. We're talking about women that's in a marriage or a long relationship.
Let's talk about it. What exactly is the sacrifice that they're making?
Well, one, if they have to spread them legs and push out that baby, they damn near going to die. The black woman, at least the black woman is, she's 4 times more likely to lose her life in America, right? And then also when it comes to the housework, when you start looking at who's contributing in the house more, which is, it's so sad, but it's women that mostly do the housework. So I know you heard this stuff, traditionalism, right? And there's, I got a traditional setup kind of, but like my wife ain't cooking every day. I don't be like, oh, you gotta cook a meal. That's stupid. There's so many ways to get food. Anyway, like, oh, you gotta cook, clean stuff, chores, fam. She has to do all these chores. The man ain't doing that type of. I'm not gonna say every man. I don't want to paint men as bad. I'm just looking at the divorce statistics and what's going on in women's complaints. So when you talk about cooking, cleaning, and then the children, and not only that, she's working. If women are with the children, majority of the time, that's a sacrifice of time. Cooking, sacrifice of time. Chores, sacrifice of time. All of these areas, if she's doing this more, that's more of a sacrifice. So it's like, what is the man doing? Because if the average man is not a provider, would you agree?
Yeah, they can't afford to.
Okay, so the majority of men in America, when I think about provider, I'm talking about you pay for everything. Your wife does not have to work. So, and that's even a shot at me. I'm not a 100% everything cover. I'm more like 80-20, right? But I'm not no 6-figure man, and that's okay. And that's okay. So like, but when I'm saying I wouldn't consider myself a full provider yet, I gotta earn that. I'm not there yet. It is what it is. So when it comes to the average man is broke. The average man is not making 6 figures. The average man has to have a literal helpmeet because they need help if they're going to be in a relationship, which means they're tackling on everything together. So like, but they're not. If you're looking at what's going on in the marriage, right? The woman is usually the one taking care of the kids the most. She's cooking the most. I'm talking about the average marriage. And if she has to bring in children, because men particularly want children, there's a rise in women not wanting kids. I don't know the number, it is what it is. But if she has to lay on her bike and open them legs and push that little baby out, that's a sacrifice of her body and her life, most likely. Likely. So
is that a sacrifice women are making for men?
That's their man, yes.
Now, are they having children for men?
Yes.
Or are they having children for themselves?
They're having children for the men. Why would a woman have children for herself in a relationship?
That's usually why they pursue men when their biological clocks start ticking, because it's part of their.
So I'm not talking about I'm talking about in a relationship. The man is usually the one who wants the kids.
Marriage is the purpose of marriage, right? At least the institution of marriage was for people to come together and form families, right? That's the point. If she wants a family, she enters into a marriage. So clearly she also wants the children.
Okay, I'm not trying to spin it to say that the woman don't want the children, but it's still a sacrifice. So,
but it seems like, it's like if you want something, right, and you're going to go get it anyway because you want it, and I happen to also benefit and help you get there, I don't see the sacrifice that you make.
Well, if you have one child and she don't want no more, so in situations of marriage.
Oh, situations where she doesn't want a child and then she chooses to give you a child? Yes, but how often is that? Is that the norm?
Well, usually when a woman only wants one child, it is usually the man to ask for another. Hey, I want another.
Norm.
I'm sorry?
Is that the norm
that's
most
not the.
common?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say that that's the norm. But however,
Yeah, so
when it co- it's
that guy has something to be grateful for. Yes.
okay. So,
It's
but is it so?
But what
But
about the rest of
but
us?
talking about, is it not a sacrifice? Even if she wants something, right? And the man wants the child, she wants the child. Is it not a sacrifice because she still is most likely to lose her life? And she's the one who has to give birth to the child. I can't do it. Ain't no baby coming out my pee-pee. And I'm glad,
Phallus, just
it's just not gonna happen.
listen. I help you make it easier for you. Say phallus. Phallus is
Phallus.
phallus.
You know,
For me this whole entire time.
that would hurt, right? And I'm glad we weren't designed that way. But I'm just saying, like, I think that still is a sacrifice because that still is a sacrifice for her body, right? For her to put her life on the line to give birth, for our I'm using the words our now, our children.
Right. Our mutual benefit. Yes, I understand. And we both sacrifice for our mutual benefit.
When she's on that bed, what are you sacrificing?
I'm actually providing the bed that she's on.
You're providing the house for the bed?
I'm providing the great health care that she's using.
Okay, so you're the you're the six-figure man. So you have your own Medicare.
What do you mean? You mean insurance?
You have your own insurance company, or you have insurance and the hospital and the state are providing the hospital beds.
Are you talking about insurance that you pay for out of your check? That's what you're talking about, right? You pay for
whatever health insurance that you have.
Yeah, which is the norm, right? Most people pay in full for their health insurance.
Most people don't have health insurance. That's the sad part. But
that's probably true.
Yeah. So but when
the point I'm making is that yes, you're paying for it, and it's not like it's because you are paying for it in installments rather than.
Okay, so what you would call yourself is the exception. You make six figures, right?
We don't need to talk about my income.
Fam, I'm not asking how much you make. Are you okay? I'll put it like this. Are you a 100% provider man?
Yes.
So your wife so if you have a wife, she's a stay-at-home woman.
Doesn't need to work.
Okay, that's you. We talking about the collective. You're an exception. The majority of women are going to have to work with their partner.
Either way, I don't see it as a sacrifice. I think it's something you do for your mutual benefit. It's not like.
Okay, so what's the mutual benefit in that situation?
The mutual benefit is that they both want a family and they are working together.
Yeah, but I don't have to do anything but put sperm in her. So again, she has to lay down on the bed
it's not possible to take away the contribution of the baby.
I'm sorry.
It's not possible to take away a woman's contribution.
Well, you can take it away from that woman. You know, what's it called? Where they take the embryo and the whatchamacallit, still another woman has to do it, so she still makes the sacrifice.
You're talking about surrogacy.
Yeah, but still, so like surrogacy. But again, even if you take it out of that one, your wife, and put in another one, the woman still has to make the sacrifice of having the child. It's still, I see the way you're trying to spin it, but at the end of the day, she's the one putting her life on the line for y'all's children. So it's still a sacrifice.
What percentage of women that give birth die in childbirth?
Would you like to know the numbers?
What percentage of what?
I would actually.
Would you like to know the numbers? Because I can give you the
numbers. Wait, you said what percentage of women die? Or what did you say?
In childbirth, yes. He wanted to know.
Wait, how is that a sacrifice? We're not just talking about the death part.
So your argument, remember?
But no, I'm saying they're putting their life on the line. I didn't even say that they die. I'm saying that they're at risk of. The sacrifice is that they are the ones doing it. They are putting their life on the line. Whether they lose their life a lot or not, they're putting on the sacrifice. They're the ones making the sacrifice.
Listen, we cannot take that away from women. That's not what I'm trying to take away. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that this is for mutual benefit. So it's not like it's 100% altruistic where you're doing something for me that you have nothing to gain from. That's not this situation.
Okay, what do women get? Okay, so in a 50-50 relationship, what are women gaining? Why shouldn't they just stay single? If it's 50-50, they have to
Okay.
pay the bills. They have to contribute to the house.
That's part of the basic economic math right there. You only have to pay half of your total living expenses versus paying 100%.
You ever heard of the song "They Can Do Bad All by Themselves"?
Yes, and that song doesn't make any sense to me. That person didn't have to pay.
I'm sorry, Greg, but you being
Wait, hold on, Shemaine. So Greg,
Hey,
you want to know?
Chill.
I know. I'm gonna be.
Let me get this one.
Oh,
I know, but I want to ask this question. Do you really want to know? Do you really want to know the amount of women, Black women especially, that unalive in the hospitals during childbirth?
Yes.
So I'm gonna give you those numbers, but Shemaine has something to say to you. I would love for her to go. I will give you those numbers in a second.
Okay.
Okay, so Greg, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are being disingenuous, and I'm gonna say this with the utmost respect, because again, like Shannon just said, women do sacrifice more when it comes down to childbirth, and men do not sacrifice nothing. Again, when it comes down to childbirth, it is some of our bodies is and isn't conditioned to bear childbirth, especially Black women, especially when it comes down to us in the when it comes down to the medical field. Sometimes they do not take our pain as Black women lightly. They
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
Did you want children in the beginning?
No, I didn't.
Can you not, bro? Like, let her finish what she was saying.
Wait, hold on, time out. So let's wait, hold on. Let's get some decorum. Because we're not trying to make it personal. The only reason I made it personal with you was to see if you were in the top 10%. I'm not trying to go into details.
It's all right, Shannon. I know what he's trying.
But he no, because when we're talking about the average American, right, or in this economy, or the average woman, we're not talking about
money. It's about whether or not children.
Shannon, I know what he's trying
at the same time. Oh, go ahead.
Shannon, I see what he's trying to do, and again, he's doing what he just tried. What he's doing to me, what he tried to do to you, and he's not going to spin this one. No, sir, Mr. Greg, excuse me. You're not going to spin this one because again, my situation will never have nothing to do with anyone else's situation because all situations are different. So you trying to spin it on me to try to make it seem like that my pregnancy was a mutual benefit, wrong woman. And I'm sorry to tell you, it's not gonna go the way you want it to go.
That's fine.
So can we please move
on? Anomaly, but the majority of women.
It's not.
But you okay? Wait, time out, Shemaine. I'm sorry, because we gonna go in a circle. I'm gonna come back to you, brother. Give me a hold on, save it. Just save it. For 2-3 minutes. Jazzy,
what's up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
All right, how you?
Pretty good. What you got?
All right, so can we read the first one? So, women sacrifice
more in women sacrifice more in relationships than men. Agree or disagree?
Honestly, I agree. I do believe women sacrifice more in relationships because I'm trying to get my train of thought. I'm sorry.
You good?
Yeah, because they're the ones that we said. I can explain it well. I do agree with that though.
Okay, just you come back to it and we can get thoughts together. But the second question, it's not even a question; it's an opinion. But Black men have, well, it is a question. Black men have an ego problem. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
We as Black men definitely have an ego problem. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that some of us Black niggas are pieces of shit sometimes. Whether that's to women or to men. Like obviously not all of us. However, like let's not discredit ourselves for at some point possessing those tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
Like red pillars, alpha males, etc. All of these kind of men have indefinite ego issues. And as a man, you should not always have to rely on someone else's attention to feed that beast.
Mm-hmm.
As I said a couple of nights ago in another live, like we as Black men have to hold ourselves accountable for the bullshit that we cause. Which means we as Black men have to stop allowing our ego take over and try to justify why our decisions are legitimate.
So you know, can I challenge your question? Can I challenge you 1 second? It's not a disrespectful challenge. I just want to say something. We oftentimes as black men say that we need to hold each other accountable, but can we even ourselves explain what the hell that looks like?
We're holding ourselves accountable.
Yeah, go ahead.
Basically just watching what we say, watching how we act, watching our actions, all of that.
Okay. Do you think
do
you think therapy is one way?
Yes, definitely therapy.
Why do you think black men reject therapy? When I say reject therapy, don't get mad at me on YouTube, TikTok. Don't get mad at me. I'm asking a question, okay? When I say reject therapy, there has been a rejection of therapy because they talk about systemic racism and all that stuff. Just give me a second. Let me spin it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I agree with that too, but I think it's also because most men feel like they have it all together, while at the same time they're afraid of having their problems called out to them in some way.
Is that something we caused or the woman? Women. Is that something we cause, or because is that something black men cause by telling black men that they don't cry, or is that sometimes the woman? You think it's an equal exchange?
I don't think it's always a woman.
Do you think what I'm saying is, do you think that we as men mostly cause that because we told men that they don't share their feelings?
Yeah.
Because the reason I'm asking that question, I feel like it goes back to childhood. I feel like it goes back to conditioning as well. And it may even, I hate these words. And y'all know that I hate these words. And I understand it. Patriarchy. Fucking misogyny. I hate, bro, you too. I hate talking about patriarchy and freaking misogyny, bro. I be about to, and it's not that I don't say we need to unpack it, because I always address it, but we still talking. We got to keep talking about it, but it goes.
See, I'm breaking you right. See, listen. When I first came on your live, yo was wilding out talking about ain't no such thing as patriarchy.
Bro, hey, bro, hey. I was up here like, what the? I was getting mad. What the fuck are you niggas talking about?
Listen, wait, because when I first came up here, listen, Shannon was going on. I don't know what the topic was last time, but when we first got Shannon had, I was like, bro, you know the reason why I said, listen, I remember what I said. I said, you know the reason why black men are like this? He was like, why? I said, because of patriarchy and misogyny. He was like, what are you talking about?
You know, that thing was having a big crash out.
Bro, I was up here having.
Because I remember it was me, Mooney, I think Robert was on there, somebody else was on there, but listen, after Mooney spoke, the live just ended. I thought the live got taken down. He was like, I just ended it. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch.
I was having a hard time because now that I did more study, I was like, okay, this is what they mean and this how it go. But because I was just naming stuff that black men do. But they was going to the root. Well, Shannon, you know what all that's tied into? Patriarchy and misogyny. And I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I was still, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? What the hell is that? Then I looked, I was like, oh, it goes back to certain religions too? Oh, okay, right, cool. Yeah, yep.
And Shannon wasn't always like this. He was borderline red pill. We got him out of that.
I was never borderline red pill. I was never borderline red pill. That is cap. I went straight in on black men. My first ever viral video, I said, nigga, we couldn't protect our own group of women during slavery because of the half of the stuff that I kept seeing pop up on my timeline. I had niggas coming at me left and right. This nigga.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of these red pill people don't ever come out of that phase.
I was mad, bro. I kept seeing niggas call women hyenas, and I didn't know what the hell was going. I didn't ask for it. I was gaming out.
It can't meet you in the middle of that
stuff. All the men was online talking about women or black women or hyenas, and then you had a dude in a gold mask talking about he ready to go to war against black women. So it was just a whole feed of me. I was like, what up? So I got on the camera. I
That
said,
was around the time where Roe was going through her thing with the whole brick situation.
that, no, this was 2 years prior.
No, that
It was
prior.
2 years
Oh, that
prior.
was prior to that?
Bro, I
That's right,
got
yeah.
online. I did not know that was gonna go viral. I got online and said, you know what? Black men couldn't protect their own during slavery. Went viral. I said, oh, I woke up. I had so many stitches from women. Men was mad. And then I was like, oh, why did I even expect this to go viral? Y'all, I was okay. Oh, y'all mad. Oh, y'all mad. Oh, so now y'all wasn't mad when y'all was calling black women hyenas. Y'all wasn't mad when you had black dudes in the gold mask threatening to take out women on left, right. Y'all didn't get mad when they was on these panels, dog walking. Oh, but now you got mad at me. What you mean, Nat Turner? You ain't Nat Turner. Shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas ain't Nat Turner since Nat Turner.
Because of insecurity.
Hold on.
I don't think that point makes any sense, because if there would be no slavery if you could do much of what you're proposing, right?
What you say?
It would just be war. There would be no slavery.
I couldn't hear you, brother. Hold on, Shemay, I can't hear. Your microphone low. What you say?
The fact that they're enslaved means that they're already defeated. So what protection can they offer when they're already defeated?
That was the point. But listen. That was the point. Nobody read it that way though. They just mad that they were saying I was disrespecting black men, but they didn't care about disrespecting black. That was literally the point. To make them mad.
I don't agree with disrespecting black women, but let's not pretend like we've not all been here and here for decades. The way black women talk about black men. In fact,
hold on.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hold on, wait. Let me give you these numbers real quick. Let me give you these numbers. Hold on, wait.
Hold on. Let him finish. Give him 5 seconds. Give him 5 seconds. Go ahead, bro.
You know me. I'm gonna talk 5 seconds. If he ain't done within those 5 seconds, I'm gonna go ahead.
We want that. I think we should make it a habit to talk to people the way we really want them to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk to people like they're crap, you shouldn't be surprised that they act like crap. If you talk to them like, and envision the great person you want them to be, it's inevitable. I think it's inevitable, but some will disagree.
Okay. Well, we will address that. We will address that in a minute. Zena.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give you these numbers. All right. So you asked for the numbers about the women who are unaliving by childbirth, right? I'm gonna go by population. Okay. But I'm only gonna do white women and black women. 300,000 live births, 32.9% of white 32.9 white women are unalive. Hold on. You asked me these numbers. I'm gonna give it to them, and I'm gonna also give you the source. Okay? You agree with that? All right, cool. So 32.9 out of every 100,000 live births, white women unalive during childbirth. When it comes to black women, every 100,000 births of black women is a little under 1,200 of black women who are unaliving at childbirth. Okay, so where I got that from? I got that from the CDC. I also got it from birth rate statistics.org, I believe it's called. I could be wrong about the site, but I know these numbers are accurate. And how I know these numbers are accurate is because of me doing my research, because this is the same statistic that we can see when it comes to black men when they get unalived by the police officers. When it comes to white people, every 200,000 unalivement from them, right, is about 300 and a little under 400. But when it comes to black men, every 200,000, it's about 2,500 unalivements by the police through black men. There is a disproportionate rate amongst the unalivings for both black men and black women. And the reason why is because of systemic racism. Now, when you talk about, because I want to address what you just said. When you talk about black women disparaging black men and talking about them all different types of ways, right? It's because black men started this. Black men have been starting this since before slavery ended.
Hold on,
When
Scuba, let me drop you.
When slavery had ended, hold on. When slavery had ended, hold on, bro. When slavery had ended, the very first thing that black men did, right? The very first thing that Black men did when they released out of slavery was petition to marry white women. They did it twice and they failed. But the only reason why we have interracial marriage is because a white man took to the Supreme Court to marry a Black woman. That's how interracial marriage started. Let's not forget how there were songs in the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s that were calling Black women nappy-headed 304s.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I didn't know who.
Listen. I know my history when it comes to Black men. I know my history when it comes to
Hey,
Black
Dina.
men.
I should go there,
Hey,
bro.
Dina. My bestie is here, so let my bestie deal with that. By all means, is here. So let.
I didn't know she was gonna go.
Listen.
So let bestie deal with it.
I didn't know she was
Listen.
gonna go.
I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna say this last thing. I can cite all my sources. I can cite. If you want me to cite the music, I can go ahead and look at it right now. I'm a whole artist, bro. What's up, Jazz? What's up, Jazz? I can do. I'm a whole artist. I make music, bro. I have my whole entire career. Hold on, Greg. My whole entire career is about studying other artists to stay in competition and stay up on the newest trends when it comes to music, right? That's literally my whole entire thing. Before Black women decided to start saying, "Oh, well, Black men just ain't shit." There's a whole book that was written in the 1940s, right? There's a whole book that was written in the 1940s about how many Black men were having poor man divorces. Do you know what poor man divorces are, Greg? Absolutely, you don't know what those are. Those are divorces where Black men, or just men in general, but Black men especially, because I'm only talking about Black men, right? They were literally leaving their wives to go make other families in other states, other cities, other countries, right? Leaving these women that cannot have a bank account, that can't have any property in their name, to go out and work to provide for their own children. So before you start acting right, Black women don't have a reason to talk shit to Black men. How about you go do your research? And with that, I'm gonna leave.
That's my problem. I don't think you did your research. And can you cite your sources, please?
She did,
Oh, so
but she
maybe
missed
like
it again. She said the CDC twice.
CDC
She said the CDC, and she said the site.org twice. She said that.
The CDC is not
Actually, I did.
for her.
She did.
She
She did. She said the CDC. She
I
did.
said the CDC.
And she
Yeah,
said a .org website twice.
That's for her.
You
She
being
said a lot of
disingenuous right now. You being disingenuous. Don't lie like that, Greg. You're being disingenuous.
So you want me to bring the other things that I was talking about when it comes to
yes, please.
Black men petitioning for marriage to white
Hold on.
Hold on.
Wait.
Let me clarify what he wants me to bring up first. Let me clarify what he wants me to bring up first. I promise it's not going. So you want me to bring up where Black men petition to marry white women, right?
All the harmful things you said, I'd like you to cite your source for it.
Okay. And you want me to also cite, hold on, Shemaine, hold on. You want me to also cite where in music, Black men were talking about Black women and how they were not beheaded 304s, correct? Before the 1980s.
Wait, why we gotta cite that? We act like we are we really about to sit here and act like this wasn't in music? Come on now. Are we really gonna act like that?
Man, you ain't got to cite nothing for Django.
Hold on. Because you know how I am. You know how I am when it comes to.
Wait, y'all get some decorum. Y'all get some decorum.
I got the decorum, but I want to make sure because he wants these sources. So I'm going to bring these sources up. I'm going to make sure that what he's asking me for, I'm clarifying what he wants me to bring up. So you also want me to bring up. Okay, so we got the petition for Black men to marry white women. That's one. The petition, the songs about Black men calling Black women not be had 304 back in the 1920s to 30s and 40s. Okay, and then you want me to cite where Black men were having poor man divorces back in the 1940s.
Well, you mean the rate, right? Because it's
ain't nobody checking for his big back ass.
Okay, cool. All right. I got my three things I need to.
I'm talking about the rate.
I got my three things. Hold on. I got my three things that I need to cite. I will be on this panel Until then, give me a second because I've got to do a couple
Hey, Zen, hold on.
things.
Get the book too. Get the book too, because I don't even know about the book. I want to know the book.
Oh, I'm gonna bring the book up. I'm gonna bring the book up. I'm gonna do all of that on my computer, but y'all gonna have to give me about 30
That's a
45 minutes because I'm gonna be on this.
I got you. I got you. You can say.
I'm gonna drag you that.
Go ahead. But please,
He'll be
Besky,
looking
do
this
it.
stuff up himself, honestly. Just being honest.
Jackie, let Besky do it.
No, I need that book. I ain't gonna lie. I need that book.
Yeah, I need to see this for myself.
I believe her. I'm with her on everything else she said. I just didn't know it was a book.
It's all good, brother. I'm gonna go on and pray.
Hold on, wait. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please cook him.
Oh, we cool. Hold on. Wait. Let my brother Frankie. Frankie.
You know. Listen, man. We have to understand, brothers and sisters, that tap dancers will tap dance, and I think we're getting our blood pressure higher than it needs to be before Thanksgiving. Save your cholesterol for Thanksgiving. Don't be listening to no big back tap dancing ass Negro who ain't got a chance in hell of getting anybody on this panel. Okay, especially sisters. So listen. At the end of the day, I understand that the Negro who disagrees with the women he claims to love should not have access to that woman. It's not complicated, right? If black women have to keep explaining, right, like we don't see in the community the ass whoopings that they take, right? Like we don't see the disrespect, we don't hear it, right? We need her to go find a source, as if we can't look out our front window and see ass whoopings all up and down the block. Okay. We are the most disrespectful race of men. That the victim, right, who we victimize, we need them to show proof of the ass whooping in which we have perpetrated. We are a disgrace. That again, I'm gonna say what I said yesterday. There is no wonder why the man who uses the word submission the most of any other race, we earn the least, we are the least educated. Okay, we are the most incarcerated. How the hell can you be number one at last and asking for something at the top of a list? We are a disgrace. How about you earn the money to earn submission? Okay, how about you earn the respect to earn submission? You Negroes, just because you got a suit on in your profile picture, Negro don't mean a damn thing. They sell suits at Goodwill. Okay, so we're gonna stop pretending that success means a red tie. Okay, you ain't fooling nobody. Okay, at the end of the day, brother and sisters, we have to remove a lot of these Negroes from the community. You know, these tap dancing Negroes who sound, semi-intellectual, they can almost hold the conversation, so they think because they have a certain dialect and a certain tone to their voice that they can, outsmart you with these words. At the end of the day, subservitude is what these brothers seek. It's not a wife. It is not a partner. It is not a life mate. They think somebody that's subservient, no more and no less than a slave master did. Okay, at the end of the day, I was reading a book called Barracoon. Please go pick it up. And in Barracoon, there were the Negroes that were worse than the house Negro. We always been taught to believe that the house Negro was the lowest on the totem pole. No, there were field hands that were worse than the house Negro. Right? You got to understand that there were a lot of plantations, brothers and sisters, where they would keep the husband on one plantation and the wife on another, and give permission for the wife or the husband to go back and forth and see each other. And the reason why that's important in today's context is, as black men.
Frank, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but is it the last black cargo? The story of the last black cargo?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure because I looked it up. But go ahead, my bad.
Yeah.
Get it, Bestie.
And getting back to my point real quick, Barracoon is a reflection of 2024, because at the end of the day, the slave master would often manipulate the female slave into believing that her servitude should be rewarded with his presence. And what I mean is, if he gave her more than the other slaves, if he gave her attention more than the other slaves, right? If he gave her more food than the other slaves, right? That she should be deserving for all that he gave, all that he wants to get from her. And this is how we treat the black woman. Not only have we begun to rate her, and tell me I'm wrong. You guys see these 20 versus ones, and you see these panels with these dead ass Kevin Samuel Negroes that basically tell you that a woman's numerical value is from a 1 to 10, right? Mm-hmm. Every time you see these podcasts, they say How do you rate yourself, sister, from 0 to 10? Now, let me again remind you that the slave master would often devalue the slave based on a numerical system. We are literally doing the exact same thing in which we claim to hate for ourselves. And I'm gonna say this last thing. I don't want to hear no black man. I'm gonna say it as often as I have to, and I'm gonna land my plane. I don't want to hear no Negro complain about a white prosecutor. I don't want to hear you complain about the white cop beating your black ass. I don't want to hear you serving an unjust prison sentence because you didn't commit the crime. You innocent. No. You're not innocent. We're gonna need you to cite your sources. Okay? No, brother. If you innocent, I'm gonna need you to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt your innocence. Show me a Google article that your ass is innocent. Show me show me some kind of CDC headline, something that you're innocent. Why do black women of any other race, with the man that claims to love them the most, they are the only ones that have to prove that they are the victim at the hands of the perpetrator? It is a disgrace, and we call ourselves leaders and kings of what? What we leading, brother? Incarceration? Illiteracy? Most of us can't read. You niggas talking about accountability, and most of you motherfuckers can't spell it. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. We coming up on Thanksgiving. We supposed to be celebrating being around family. And most of you Negroes are what I call, unfortunately, you are hospice husbands. That's what the hell you're looking for at this time of your life. Somebody to wipe your ass in the later years as you shit on yourself in slow decline and pass away from lack of oxygen. You should have thought you should have changed your life and became a better man when you were able to do so. Do anybody want your big back Viagra swallowing ass now?
And on that note, family, I got to go. But thank you so much. I enjoyed this chat.
I was gonna add to that.
I said a whole lot of nothing.
Hey, hold on. See, this is
brought up at all. In fact, it just went on a little rant, a sermon, which you should probably give church next Sunday. But let's stay on topic. And the topic was.
He was on topic.
Ain't you got some grace in your big back?
Hold on, big back. I'm talking. What do women sacrifice in relationship? And that's what was being addressed here. And then this lady went off on a tangent to talk about the horrors of black men, and I asked her to cite the source.
But you have
in the middle of this.
I mean, I have it. That's why I'm on camera. I have it. Once Shannon puts me in the big box.
I don't even know what.
Once Shannon puts me in the big box, listen, I'm gonna cook you with all the sources you told me to ask for. And I agree with what by all means necessary said. When it comes to y'all, okay, cool. So once Shannon puts me in the big box, I'm definitely going to read the thing that you asked me to cite. I would love to.
Oh, so I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him. I mean, I'm just saying, go ahead, do the insult, do the jokes. I prefer that, but don't pretend like you're actually having a conversation. Don't pretend like you're actually.
There is no need to have a conversation which considers itself an enemy. Listen, brother. I may use pejoratives here and there. I may use contextual jokes, but at the end of the day, brothers like you are a disgrace. You don't deserve a platform, much less a breath. And I mean that with all due respect. The fact that the victim has to explain herself. Like you don't know no black men that puts their hands on black women. You don't know no brothers. You ain't never seen a news article or heard nothing about the black women being disrespected and marginalized. Right? You ain't never seen it in your life because you don't participate in it. So the fact that you can remove yourself from the participation, you claim that it doesn't exist, or you need them to cite sources. Why does she got to cite a source on something she experienced, brother?
Okay, maybe if I say it really slow, you'll catch on.
Wait, hold on. Wait, time out. Wait, hold on. Wait, Jazz. I'm sorry, I muted you.
Where were you guys when he was insulting?
Wait, hold on, Greg. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna let you respond, but I need to ask a question to my good sister. They changed the rules on TikTok. You have to add a timer. I don't know how to make you big, Zen anymore.
So what you do is you click on my box, right? Yeah. And it's a little perforated square. Click on that. It looks like a little perforated square. Matter of fact, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because you got moderator access.
All right. So since we need sources, and I know, brother, you said that I shouldn't do it, but just because I want to make this motherfucker look dumb as shit, I'm doing it anyway, right? So here we go. We have encyclopedia.org, primary document / Kenny versus the Commonwealth, October 3rd, 1878. That was 13 years after slavery ended. Okay. So Kenny versus the Commonwealth. The context. In Kenny versus the Commonwealth decided on October 3rd, 1878, the Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals upholds Virginia's laws and prohibiting interracial marriage and affirms the priority of Virginia law over that of other jurisdictions. The case stems from the marriage between Andrew Kenny, a black man, and Mahala Miller, a white woman. So it basically K and N man and M a white woman, both domiciled in the county of Augusta, Virginia, left Virginia and went to Washington, D.C. and were married there according to the regular forms of celebrating marriages, and after remaining absent from Virginia about 10 days, returned to their home in Augusta County, Virginia, where they have since led as man and wife. By the laws of Virginia,
Wait, come on. Wait. Hold on.
I'm just asking you to.
You asked me for the sources. You asked me for the sources. So that means
minus the aggression now.
What you do is you hold the question.
What you're addressing. That's it.
Nigga, you asked.
Stop being slow.
You asked for these sources, right? And I'm addressing you. You asked.
Man, somebody give him some jerk chicken and some plantains.
Greg, if you can't keep up, just say that. I mean, if you need her to slow down, just ask. That's all you gotta do.
Kool-Aid in this motherfucker's mouth or something.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue because I'm gonna go through all the sources you said that I needed to go through. So after this source, once she needs to
don't understand why.
Bro,
because hold on, wait, wait, no, it's not that. So before we got to this, you asked me, this is why I went through the 3 points you wanted me to bring up. The first point was Black men petitioning the right to marry a white woman 13 years after slavery. That's what you asked me to bring up. That's the first source that I'm reading right now. Cool. So anyways, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's very long. But I'm just going to do this, right? It says, by laws of Virginia, CV 1870.
bro, God damn, man, shut the fuck up. Like, I dropped them. Can you get through the damn stuff, like, please?
Yeah, please get through it, Steve, please. Get through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get through all these sources, even though he's not up here. But if he wants to come back up here, he's more than welcome.
I'll bring him back up, but right now I just need you to get through this because he talked too much.
Right. So by the laws of Virginia, CV 1873, Chapter 105, S1, all marriages between a white person and a N are absolutely void. On an indictment for lewdly and lasciviously associating and cohabitating together, words, goddamn, held. Although such marriages are not prohibited by the laws of the District of Columbia, this marriage was performed according to the ceremonies there prescribed. It is void under the laws of Virginia, and the parties are liable to the indictment. While the forms and ceremonies of marriage are governed by the laws of the place where the marriage is co-celebrated, the essentials of the contract depend upon and are governed by the laws of the country where parties are domiciled at the time of the marriage and in which the matrimonial residence is contemplated. Which means, right, just in this small little context, that means, right, even though, Page versus Alabama, I'll look that up too. Even though this was void, this proves the point that I was trying to make, that Black men before interracial marriage was ever brought up, they wanted to have the right to marry white women, and they was denied of it, but they were mad and they started down talking Black women ever since they got denied. And then when a white man and a Black woman went to the Supreme Court in DC in 1950, 1950, I think it's 1956. Let me check. In 1956, yeah, 19. Let me see, 19. I believe it is 1956, but 1956 is when they finally got, the 11 Virgin Virginia finally got the right to interracial marriage, right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that You try to sit here and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's crazy. I'm gonna bring up my second source where it's talking about how black men were calling black women nappy-headed 304s back in like the 1930s, 20s, and 40s, right? I'm gonna bring that up, but there was someone else, right? There was someone else that needs to speak. I'm gonna go ahead and go on mute. I'm gonna just stay on the big screen for a little minute.
No, I just put you back, but go ahead, Shannon.
No, I wasn't saying that. what you mean?
Nah, because I find because it's crazy how he asked her for the sources, and then now when she bring up the sources,
all right, Frankie, you have a good one.
Love you, Frankie. Yo, it's like he asked her for the sources, and then now all of a sudden when she bring up the sources, now he wants to talk about some. She like, what was the point of that?
Somebody said, "Boy, Doctor somewhere smiling." Like, are you saying in agreement? Like, or what are you saying?
Yeah. So she brought that up and the point she made when she cited that case was that black men wanted to marry white women, and then once this case fails, like her words, that black men started talking down on black women. And one case does not mean that every black man wanted.
Okay, so if okay, let's wait. Time out, because now I gotta take it there. I know somebody. I know some
black women wanted to marry.
I know somebody gonna get mad.
And that's ridiculous.
But I got to bring. I know somebody gonna get mad, but I just got to say this. But I'm gonna be balanced. I know majority of black men aren't statistically abusing black women. But if we go back.
Why are we talking about abuse?
No. Wait, wait. Because it all ties in. It all ties in, brother. It all ties in. So I'm finna say something. Do you believe women were getting beaten around the time? Back in the day? With their husbands? Because they didn't have no rights. They had to shut the fuck up, comply, and die. And that literally submit. So if we bring it into beating, right? Versus how black women talk. Do you think we gave black women a reason to fucking talk?
That must be a rhetorical question because you haven't set the groundwork for any of that stuff. Remember, we're not talking about any abuse here. So what is this?
I don't think this nigga can keep up. I don't think keep up.
Yeah,
I don't think keep up.
And it's sad
because you're saying why women were talking bad about black men. A lot of those conversations, bro, right, is that black men were violent, black men were abusive, and these were conversations that black women were saying. So when they were saying these things, do you think that there was truth in them because of what they were experiencing by black men? That they had a reason to talk.
Conversation about the collective conversation of black women and not what this lady in particular was talking about.
You're not wait, time out. You're not gonna gaslight me. I see where this is going.
No, I'm just trying to figure out.
He's been doing it for time.
No.
So when it you say the way black women were talking about black men, right?
Yeah,
that's what you said.
The collective and not what this specific lady was.
As a collective group, the things that
to which we are assuming
the things that those black women,
the
things that those black women were saying about black men. What were they?
That you're asking about. So you're saying that you asked me what's said in the culture versus what was said in the panel.
I'm saying no. What was said in the culture? Because time out, Greg. You said that let's not act like you laid the groundwork. Actually, that's why I can take it back. You said let's not act like black women weren't talking bad about black men for decades. Okay, when we go back, that's what. Time out. Okay, then. But the way that they've been talking about us. But if we go back to what black women were saying, it's the same shit they saying today. So if we go back, do you not think that majority of what they were saying was justified because of what black men were doing to them at that time?
Okay.
It's a yes or no question, Greg.
No? You don't? Oh, now you don't know. Now you don't know. But Tom,
I don't know if it's justified. There's 40-something million black men. I don't know how many of these.
You said the collective. So yes. Forget. You said the collective of those women that were saying bad things about black men. I'm talking about the ones that were saying bad things about black men.
Here's one thing I've observed with women.
I'm sorry.
One bad thing happens and they generalize it like it happens all the time.
Okay, so why okay, come on, let me ask you a question. Why so many black women got the same fucking story?
I don't know.
What?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. Hey, y'all forgive me, bro. I got a little anime.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I need to say something to Greg. Greg, I need you to silence your forehead. I'm gonna need you to stop being obtuse about this topic, because we all know that you know at least one auntie, at least one cousin, have at least one sister, or have even had a girlfriend, or maybe even an ex-wife who suffered at the hands of the likeness of that glistening forehead of yours. So you're not going to pretend like you don't know that this is a thing and that this happens and that this is real. This might not be every case. Nobody said that it is all black men who are the aggressors. Nobody said that all black men have hurt black women. We're talking about the collective. We're talking about women who may not have suffered at the hands of a black man, but they have seen another female loved one who has. Everybody has a grandmother who either suffered in silence majority of her life, because that's what was expected of her. Most women don't even speak up about their abuse because it was expected of them to suffer for the greater of the family. Y'all literally in 2024 still shame women for being single or for walking away from a relationship and becoming single mothers because they don't want to stay in a miserable relationship. That's abuse aside. We're shamed for that. So you cannot tell me that women, you're not going to interrupt me. You can't tell me that women from a generation ago were not going to face the same shunning, the same embarrassment, the same victim blaming as the women in 2024 do. They got it so much worse. These women were isolated in their own churches. They couldn't go to doctors and tell anybody what was going on with them. They were looked at crazy if they even thought of not bringing forth a pregnancy. They couldn't speak up if their man went and had a baby on them. They would still be looked at as the bad person for wanting to walk away from their marriage. And you want to act like abuse was only physical. It was financial, it was social, it was emotional, it was verbal. So abuse comes in many forms. And if you're not smart enough to at least try to research the differences and that they also have an equal effect on a person, then you're choosing to be ignorant and you have no place in this conversation. Plain and simple. So let's try this again. Abuse comes in many forms. Say it with me, Greg.
So
say it with me. Abuse comes in many forms. Greg.
Hold on, Jazz. Let him get off. Let him get off his chest. Let him get off.
I do. There are 60 women in my family, and 2 of them, unfortunately, experienced that.
Okay. Keep going.
Were they generalizing?
No.
Not the majority of the women in my family.
That's not the point.
I didn't.
That is the point.
I never said, brother. I never said.
The majority of black men are doing it. You cannot.
I framed it. I literally, Greg, bro. Hold on. Wait, time out. Nobody is doing that. I literally framed it in a way that protected black men's ego. I framed it and I contextualized it. I contextualized it and said nobody is saying majority of black men are doing it. I contextualized it and said I'm not putting this on all black men. I said the ones that were speaking up about what happened to them, would they not be justified in what they were saying? Talking about black men this. If she was abused, if a collective group of abused women come together.
I started my statement off. Greg, I started my statement off to you saying that we're not saying that it's all black men. You're still choosing to ignore that because you want to ignore the issue at hand. You want to ignore the topic. You want to ignore the facts. You're choosing to be ignorant right now. You're choosing to ignore what's being said to you. I literally started my response off by saying that it is not. No, you're choosing to be slow. Let's choose intelligence today. Let's try. Let's choose intelligence today.
Public asked me to check my.
That's why they don't.
I'm really about to.
But this right here, you guys, I just want to say this, and I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit. Greg, hush. I'm gonna be quiet after this for a little while. This is the kind of stuff that hush, Greg. Wipe your forehead, take a breather, deep breaths. I'm not with. This is the kind of stuff that black women have been experiencing non-stop. Now more than ever, these men are choosing.
Again, you're talking about like this happens.
Hey, listen, bro, listen, cause y'all start. I do not want everybody to get some decorum.
I'm not trying to get into the conversation. I'm literally trying to get you to see something that that Public said. Public said change your layout so that everybody can see the prop.
Oh, okay.
So instead of having it on this layout, put it on the grid with you in the big box and us in the eight. That's all I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to interrupt or anything. That's it. And then make your box big. You know how to do it, right?
I still don't have it option.
Yeah, you should still have that.
Just look at the grid.
Yeah. So what you do is go back to the little guest thing where it says guest.
Mm-hmm.
Click the little setting symbol, the little gear thing, and then it should have a panel grid, fixed grid, and all that stuff. So click on the grid. You clicked on the grid?
I fixed on fixed panel or grid. Which one? Fixed grid.
Just put it on grid. Don't put it on fixed grid. Just put it on grid.
Okay, let me switch it back to this real quick because it's not letting me. Let me go back to the other.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me go back to the other one. So you say grid, right?
Okay, yeah, put it on grid. And then what you do is you go back to the little thing where it says guest. And then where the name is where you're first, right? Your first name. There's that little perforated box. Click on that perforated box and it should make you big.
I really don't have a perforated box. I wish you could see what I'm talking about.
Okay, hold on. So what you'll do, right? If you look at the list, right? Everybody that's up on that box when you bring up the guest thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look next to your name, it looks like it has your mic, and then it has your it has your camera, and then it has the perforated box right next to it.
I'm telling you, all I have is this turn camera thing around, and it's not there. So unless TikTok is glitching, I do not have it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have it.
So you might as well just put it back like it was for right now.
Yeah. Just go ahead and put it back the way it was. Because I don't know. Because you might have to. Like, what you'll have to do is you don't end the live, but what you'll do is clear out TikTok. Come back to the live, right? And then and when you clear out TikTok, you're gonna come back and go online like you're about to go live. Click resume, and it'll bring.
Okay, we're going back in. We're having technical difficulties here. Let's try this again.
Yeah, try it again.
Oh, see now I got a perforated box, but it's grayed out.
All right. So what you do? All right. So what you do now is you go back to how I said, right? Yep. And then put click the perforated box.
I told you. I see. Y'all thought it was me. Y'all thought it was me. Y'all thought it was me, bro. Y'all thought I was technologically challenged, bro. I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
All I'm gonna say is I'm a badass bitch. All I'm gonna say is I'm a badass bitch. Okay. All I'm gonna say is I'm a badass bitch, and I need my coins. Run me my coins. Also tap the screen. Tap the screen.
Tap the screen.
So as I was saying, thank you. I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna be quiet. There are too many men out here that's far less grown than Greg. They're not in old dog years, and they still do this gaslighting thing. They do this thing where they want to play slow when a woman is expressing their experience to them, no matter how harsh that experience is. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And that is why we have to be more conscious about what it looks like when somebody is purposely trying to misunderstand us. There's a difference between somebody who is just simply ignorant to a specific topic or issue, as opposed to someone who is just willfully ignorant and choosing to be ignorant no matter what. There's a difference between me expressing something to you and you saying, why do you feel like I can literally name 3 reasons that can be researched, that can be solidified and factual about how men are viewed and why men are viewed as aggressive or violent per se. And then you're going to have people that instead of asking, why does this person feel this way, or what makes this person feel this way, or how did they come to this conclusion, you're going to have people like Greg that are just going to denounce it no matter what. and that's going to say it's not real. It's all a part of your imagination. That's your experience only. You're crazy. So I hope that we learn something from this, that this is the reality that a lot of women are being exposed to, and that's why we're fed up, because there are people like him, too many men like him, that just don't want to listen, and it's sad.
I want to know who he voted for.
A lie.
He voted for? We already know.
Yeah. I should have asked. I know. I don't even know.
It's not about what you believe, Greg. That's the issue. Like, I don't think you understand that. It's not about what you believe. It's about reality, and yours is distorted, plain and simple. Don't be quiet for a little bit. Thank you.
Can I respond to that?
I am the storm.
Let me exit out real quick. My boy Public sent me a DM. Let me go back to it. My bad, John. They out here playing music and stuff. Let me go back in it, see what they talking about. My bad. All right, I'm back. What the
There are too many ignorant people who are choosing to, like Jazz was saying, be willfully ignorant, and it's costing us. It's costing us our liberty to decide. It's costing us the ability to feel safe, and it's also costing us the ability to pick through the men who are on our side and the ones that aren't. Because there are the unfortunate truth about a situation like this is that Greg is not special. There are so many men like Greg in this world who know the truth, who are willingly turning their heads not to see what's going on. And because of this, we have a lot of women who have a justified reason not to share the truth. And there's no, at this point, we don't see a stop. There's not going to be a stop to how we're handling these situations, because we have to help each other. And at this point, we're having a hard time even educating each other on each other's experience. So I'm just a little discouraged, because we are literally responsible for making sure that we're okay. We are supposed to be a community of people. We're supposed to be able to be a safe space for each other. And it's feeling less and less safe amongst our own people. And I am really sad about that.
Hold on a minute, because he said real quick, he said that not enough men have participated. Okay, hold on. Shannon has said it was. I said it was. But Frankie, hold on a minute, Frank. Hold on a minute, Greg, before you even go there. I said it was. Shannon said it was. Frankie said it was. Zena said it was. Jazz said it was. The comments said it was. This woman right here, ladies. Hold on a minute, Greg. Hold on a minute, Greg. The woman just said just now that it is. It's said right now. You're trying to debate something that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 different people just told you that it is. Now, no, Greg. Wait a second. Sir, you have to have impulse control. I get it, you want to defend all men, but that's not what this is. Sometimes have a little bit of decorum. Shannon doesn't even allow this kind of cutting people off and stuff like that on this live. That's not fair. You gotta learn to have some type of grace. And this whole time we've been letting you speak, we've been letting you go and debate, we've been letting you go back and forth, everything. But you have a lack of decorum and respect for others. So you are proving the point right now when we say, when people are saying certain things, you are being obtuse, you are being ignorant, you are invalidating people's experiences, you are invalidating the things that people are saying because you want to ignore it. That's not what this is. And see right there in that comment what you just said, that's tormented. Why would you do that? That's not good. That's not good. That's bad. But go ahead. You want to ramble all over the place. Okay?
Yeah, that's been the question. Who are we talking about here? We're talking about all black men, the majority.
Nobody is, brother. Okay, that's it. This is my last. Wait, this is my last time answering. This is my last time. This is my last time answering, bro. It can never, will never be all black men. However, when we're speaking
It's a
on
majority of black men.
according, if you would let me answer, if you would let me answer, according to the statistic, it's not majority of black men. However, right, we can ask questions. How many black men did not speak up when they heard the fucking abuse going on? How many black men were complicit in what was going on, knowing that uncle was no good, daddy was no good? You want to throw women in there too? Fine, fuck you. But how many black men sat back and knew dirty stuff like that was going on and never brought that into question as well? So you say that we not I think black men a lot of the times are complicit in the shit that's going on. We won't say anything or speak up when it's happening. And we know about the uncles, the dads, the brothers. Yeah, that's sad. But yeah, the brothers even sometimes when it comes to the abuse that's going on in these households. So when you say guilty, bro, according to statistics, no, nobody's saying all black men. If there's a woman saying all black men, oh well, I'm sorry. That's even the women up here know that it's not all black men. Nobody even framed it that way. How many times do we have to coddle your feelings? Right? I'm a black man up here understanding what's going on. No one has said all black men. So why are you making it to be all black men?
Obviously, this means he's not trying to hear nobody because he keeps saying
what percentage.
Like he's doing all this on purpose, and this is like, and basically when we keep trying to tell him not all black men, but what we are saying it is a large part of it. He keeps trying to make it seem like that. Oh well, yeah, like he's doing too much defending.
Hey,
like,
can I add something to that?
this is too much.
I had something I want to say.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Wait, who's talking?
Supreme, I just joined the group.
Nigga, this is Ralph. This is Ralph.
Wait, Jazzy Rock was waiting to say something. I mean, Jazzy Jock, he was waiting to say something.
And that's Ralph. That is Raphael right there.
What you mean?
Okay, so
Go ahead, check. Go ahead, Jazzy Jock.
Am I Leonardo? Because if I'm Leonardo, that means I'm the smart one.
I was about to say, yeah.
But go ahead, Jazzy. Go ahead, brother.
Like, yeah, Ralph, whoever the fuck his name is in this picture I have up, he's not happy right now. He's pissed because this man is a perfect example as to what me, by all means, Jazz, whatever her name is up there, Zena, all of us were saying, oh, Maltese, Cocoa Ball, Gummy Bear, built 2023. Chevy Silverado, heavy duty, loaded, built ass people like this should not have a voice in what right or wrong in a relationship, let alone a marriage, knowing good and damn well that you don't show any good intention or showing any good knowledge on what actually makes black women happy or fucking safe. Stop being so damn belligerent, you invisible, greedy ball, my shiny head, and me, Mr. Clean, with the reverse vitiligo ass dude. Stop talking over women, stop stepping over your tiny ass pencil to try to prove a point, and most importantly, do your damn research, because apparently you suck at doing research, you bald ass bigot.
You know what's funny? Let me say something. I got moderators up here, like Zena and Shemaine. You know what I do when I see the center all men or the center men or black men are the problem? You know what I do? I leave because I understand the conversation that's going on over there. But I even know over there, though it may get spicy sometimes, they're not saying all. However, let me ask a question. If they don't know who the fuck to trust, which one are they going to let in? Probably best for them to trust none of them. And with everything that's going on nowadays, Greg, it's probably best that women stay single because men can't even vet the proper fucking man. I will never tolerate a woman asking me, Shannon, what a good man is. I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know. I'm not telling them to go date my fucking friends. I'm not telling them to go nowhere. I ain't telling them what to look for because I don't know. Only woman who can speak on behalf of me is my wife and my mother, but she dead. So other than that, I'm not telling them to go nowhere to find this, look for this type of character because character changes, nigga. People wear masks. I can't say that that's a good man right there. I don't fucking know. She could die. I'm not trying to go to the extreme. I'm not trying to go to the extreme there, but I'm saying, like, he could show all the good signs. Everything could be good in the first 3 to freaking 5 years. Next thing you know, he cheating, her head in between a wash and dry. I don't know. So I don't even tolerate advice. But to answer your question, you're asking what percentage. according to all the black men, bro, it's going to be a certain small percentage, right? According to a number. When you break down what that number is, that's still a lot of people. So to the vast majority, to answer your question, it's going to be a small percentage. But then again, how many women haven't came out to share their story? Even though you can say it's a small number of this and that and that, right? How many women have shut the fuck up? I hate to say it like that, but how many women have just kept it to themselves? And also, even with that small percentage, you want to say it's 1, you want to say it's 3, that number is still in the thousands, bro. That's a lot of women. That's a lot of women.
Stay quiet because of men like him and because of women who also think like him, who want to victim blame all the time. And there's another thing too that I just wanted to point out. Men like Greg are in such disbelief that there are way more men out there than they want to believe, because even their male friends put on a mask in front of them. They don't know what these men do when they go home to their girlfriends or their wives. Hell, half of them don't even know that they buddies on the down low half the time. So you want to sit here and act like you don't know that men are like this. I mean, and that's the truth. That's the fact of the matter. They be all this, oh, look at that fat ass here and there. All the while, they digging down on something else.
No, but what's killing me is
so these men are confused because even their own male counterparts are fooling them. They putting on the facade in front of them. So they think that they're surrounded around these upstanding family men that's about their shit, when really you don't know who this man really is. You only know who he's showing you. So imagine who he is behind closed doors.
That's a myth. That's a myth. Like I want y'all to stop saying that from this day forward. Men are showing exactly who they are around us men. We just don't say shit. We know the inside conversations. Yeah. I know, but I want y'all. I really want women to understand. Oh, they get duped. No, we don't. We know that our friends are cheating. We know that they be saying, oh, you know, I'm going out to the club tonight. I got rolled up by this girl. I'm gonna go tear something. We know that shit. Because we hear it around us. So there is no hiding from us. We cover for men. That's what men do.
Hey, y'all, he's in the comments talking about damaging. What's damaging to the black
which
male
is sad.
Image is what's damaging to the black male image is you sitting here as a black man being obtuse and saying that, oh, well, yeah, we're trying to sit here and argue and say that it's a majority. We have never told you it was a majority. You are the only one, Greg, saying that. And the fact that we continue to tell you that you are the only one saying that shows that you are the one that's damaged.
I'm about to start saying it's all black men. I'm about to.
Saying because you are the damage.
We might as well just take it there.
How can one man keep putting words into 7 to 8 different people's mouths that never told you that? That's damaging.
Wait. The court. Wait, time out. It's too many people talking. Hold on. Wait, I don't know who. Hold on, Lady T, go ahead, and then we go get Supreme, and then we go to Life of
Because okay, so say it was 3 to 5% men. So that's still enough.
That's what I said.
Unanswered problem that needs a solution. You're sitting here acting like this because it's not enough men that we shouldn't be doing anything to protect our community. Our women are responsible for our black men before they even make it to this earth. So how disrespectful is it that you wouldn't even be here without us, and yet you sit on this live and weaponize your incompetence and your ignorance and pretend like you don't understand an experience that could not be hidden from you unless your head is buried in the sand. It's disrespectful. And your mother should have settled, honestly.
Supreme, go ahead.
You should have did something else that's not TikTok friendly.
Bruh, Taz, bro, you said you was gonna be good. You said you was gonna be good, bro. You said you was gonna be good. Bruh.
Just had to say
y'all, let Supreme. I know, but let Supreme go, y'all. Go ahead, Supreme.
Honestly, man, it really is disrespectful. They did right because of the fact that just everything that's going on now in society. If you have a whole group of people that somebody says they're racist and they include you in it, you got a lot of white people that have a big problem and say they ain't racist. But yet at the same time, you see a big problem that's hurting your daughters, and your wives and your women, and you're not willing to even acknowledge it or accept it. There has to be accountability somewhere. If we care about your children, you know, we're going to automatically acknowledge where we're wrong as men. And as a man, you feel me? Some people might disagree with me, but I got to take 100% of the fault being a man, because I know that I had choices, and that's how I remain powerful, so to speak. But, yo, man, we need to stop, especially men, take the time to listen. You feel me? Stop being so jumping into, you know, to act or to say something or to defend ourselves, because a lot of us took part in this patriarchal society. You know, a lot of us misused and abused the woman's womb, knew that we were doing it, but weren't exactly intentional about it. We were raised as if that was the thing, that was the culture. You know, if you wasn't getting none, you wasn't nobody. Just like if you wasn't getting money, you wasn't nobody. You know, so we have to acknowledge the fact that everything that a man does, the majority of the time, if he's unbalanced, is for a woman or to get a woman, you know, or to get somebody's attention. So, I mean, honor them as such.
Okay.
Hey, BJ, what's going on, brother?
Not much. I'm just enjoying the fact that we're bringing shame back, like just shame, because like this is where I just love to see it. Cause it's like, all right, as much as I'm sitting here like listening to this whole thing, I'm like, dang, we really got this Uncle Ruckus in our face right now. Like, golly, bro, like this is real 4K time. Like, ooh, are we that serious? And I'm like, geez, bro. Like, all right, come on now.
Like Uncle Ruckus too.
I just am like, you know what? I'm gonna let it be. Right now, everybody cooking. I'm just here with this meme right here because like it's time to ratio people. The black men that think like this. Time to ratio the fuck out of these niggas. Cause I'm sick of this shit.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna just say one thing. I'm not doing no more coddling. I'm not doing no more coddling, because I promise you, if it would have been Charmaine to host this, it would have been a different story. If it would have been Jazz to host this, oh, y'all getting all the smoke. But but it's me. No one has said all black men, and I'm sick and tired of y'all spinning like that, because even on those women's side, now there's some crazy women, just like there's some crazy men. But even on the majority of women panels that I go in, they're not saying all black men. Every single one of them. Everyone got to go. Every single one of them got to be yeeted.
Like Shannon, even when we host the panels, we don't even do that shit. That's the wild part. He's sitting here trying to make it. He's sitting here playing victim for no reason.
Shemaine, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you, sister.
I'm saying he's sitting here playing victim for no reason. Like even when we do host the panels, Shannon, you know we really do not say that. We really keep saying, "Oh, it's not all men." This is where the problem is. That Greg is really the problem for black men. He's making a shame. He's talking about shame on black men. You're the one doing it. Because again, you're still trying to make it look like that every single person on this panel is saying all men. And we trying to tell you, don't put that on us. Don't put that on us. Don't put that on us. And you're still putting it on us.
And like, you know what's crazy? Like I don't even know how we got to where we at now, because the only thing that you could possibly be. I'm sorry.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, but hold on.
Oh,
the video. What happened? I missed it. What happened?
He just said no because he did it. That's why
he's pivoting.
No, because he didn't what? No, because he didn't what?
No, I'm saying no. Like no, don't pivot. Like we don't need you responding. No, you don't have to respond right now.
What are you trying to? What? No, what are you trying? I mean, hold on, wait. You know what? F that. Jazzy was
I'm
next.
ready with my second shorts whenever y'all ready. I'm ready with my second.
I got you. Hold on, but let me get Jazz trying to get up in here. Jazzy.
Me?
Yeah, you unmuted your mic.
Oh, my bad. Hey, should we? I was gonna say, like, there's two Jazzes in here. Like, I was just call
my
me
bad. Jock. I'm gonna say Mr. Jock.
I don't really have nothing to say apart from just he's kind of being
okay, cool. So we're gonna let Zena explain her sources after. I want to see what else Greg got to add to this conversation, And if it's something stupid, the yeet button.
Here we go.
She read a case about the interracial. She read a case about interracial marriage, and her statement was that Black men wanted to marry white women, right? And I'm assuming she's talking about what?
A certain percentage of Black men advocated for being with a white woman. A certain percentage of Black men wanted to be with a white woman.
Okay, and so we're talking about that in relations to Black men, because the conversation isn't about a certain percentage of Black men. It's conversation about Black men as a whole.
The conversation wasn't about anything that we're talking about, because if you read the second prompt, you took it there, brother. The second prompt says Black men have an ego problem. If you refer to
I didn't get a chance to answer the second prompt, so I only answered the first. Someone else answered the second.
You answered the first. You answered the first because you were talking about how Black women didn't sacrifice a lot in relationships. You said it was a mutual benefit. Sir, stop playing with me.
Okay. No.
Wait. Time out. Wait, I want you to. What is you agree with the second prompt or not? Or agree?
No, I didn't get to speak on it, but I can.
Can you speak on it? And I promise I'm gonna be as quiet as I can.
Okay. As far as ego problem, yes, I think that we do have an issue of low self-esteem, which is part of that's the ego. That's low self. Let's start by defining ego, so that way we're at least all on the same page. And your ego is part of your self-esteem. It's the id, right? And it's part of your self-esteem, the way you see yourself and the way you see yourself in relation to the world. And so if you have an ego problem, that means something is off with that. And that could result in excessive pride and arrogance, low self-esteem, oversensitivity, control issues, and conflict in relationships, particularly lacking empathy, and misunderstandings, leading to misunderstandings, arguments, and lack genuine connections. Yeah, these things are problematic, and that is a problem. Yes. So
wait. Do you know what we mean?
Community has this problem, and therefore, of course, Black men has a problem.
Do you know what it means when people say that when people say people have an ego problem? Do you know that has nothing to do with low self-esteem? You know that, right?
No, I gave you the definition of what I know, and then I talked on that. So if you want me to talk on the one you're saying, tell me define it, and then I'll talk on it.
Oh God, I gotta use the bathroom. Zena, go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I got you. Why you call? Go ahead, Jazz.
I was just gonna say real quick to remind Greg that there is absolutely nothing beneficial of being with the average man. Women absolutely sacrifice more, whether it's a committed relationship or not. The mere fact that we can get pregnant and then have to almost sacrifice our life to bring forth your sorry ass lineage is definitely far more of a sacrifice and a risk than a man will ever take. She has the possibility of losing that pregnancy, which can still also complicate her life and potentially be stuck with your responsibility if you choose to walk away from that responsibility. So immediately from the beginning, I'm not finished. Whether there is a commitment or not, marriage or not, she is always going to take on far more of a risk and responsibility than you ever will. Plain and simple. Even if you pay in child support, sir, it's never going to be worth the turmoil that she's going to experience raising your seed in particular.
So the children are ours?
I'm sorry, Dan. Hold on. I'm sorry, Greg. There's two more cases that I need to look up. Someone told me the cases, and I forgot the names of them. Greg, I'm not done. So if anybody can bring up those cases, I can in the comments. I believe one was in Florida. No, one was in Alabama, and I think the other one was in Georgia, I believe. So if you can cite those two cases that we're talking about, how Black men petition for the right to Black men petition for the right to vote. I'm not right to vote. The right to marry, right to women. It would be great. Please stop.
All right, Greg. Now you can go ahead and jump our brains to death because that's exactly what you're doing. So go ahead.
When you use the term like that black men wanted something, are you talking about a minority of black men? Or are you talking about the majority of black men?
Again, please, Greg, stop. Greg. Why do we have to keep explaining to you what it is? You're literally being.
Why are we talking about a minority of black men?
Again, Greg, you're doing this on purpose. Greg, you're doing this on purpose. And you know you're doing this on purpose. Why are you doing this?
Oh, wait, time out. Wait, time. He's still being problematic?
Yes.
All right. You have a good one.
Him in that greasy forehead.
No, you have a good one, bro. Yeah. I left. I'm done. Like,
so I want to bring up another thing just real quick. So I was talking about how black men in general, how black men and men in general, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Not today. There were cases that was before it, but Loving versus Virginia set the standard, right? So like, I wanted to bring this up, right? How black men, right? Jazz is literally is a dominated field with black people, right? When it comes to that's my son's tablet. My bad. But when it comes to black men, I was not able to find lyrics because a lot of the things when it comes to black history has been erased within our history, right? Not to say that it doesn't exist, it's just been erased, right? So this article talks about it's kqed.org /arts/1325585 sexism at its worst in the history of jazz and the history of jazz is full of it. So pretty much basically it talks about how black women that were in the jazz field were being treated by both black men and white men for being women and being in a scene that is mainly male dominated, right? And one of the paragraphs, right? One of the paragraphs of how it talks about how Dizzy Gillespie hired trombonist and composer Melba Leeson to work with his big band in California, and then heard his big band members say, "Man, what you got to send all the way to the West Coast to get some bitch to arrange our music for?" The sexism and the racism, the misogyny that black women have been facing. I get it. It is a little bit loud. I apologize. But I've been trying to turn it down, and every time I turn it down, it wants to turn it back up. But it also might be that my hearing aid is catching everything because I do wear a hearing aid and it catches everything so that I can hear. But yeah, it talks about how black women were literally dealing with sexism and racism from both sides of the spectrum when it came to men. So like it's the fact that you tried to tell me that black women don't have a reason to no, you're good, TT. Black women don't have a reason to talk bad about black men, right? They literally do because they've been dealing with this for over 100+ years. So like that's my second source that I brought up, how black men in the world have literally sat here and disparaged black women simply because they can. So my third source will be the book, and I'll be bringing that up in a second. I'm looking for that too.
Who was next?
Chi is next.
Oh, wait, hold on. One second, T. You can speak, but Lady T, I'm sorry that you had to, Lady T, I'm sorry that you had to experience that. I did catch the comment where you said you're so sad right now. I did catch it. But I was trying to have a balanced conversation with niggas, but niggas don't listen. Now, with that being said, TT?
Thanks for adding me to the panel, but I wish y'all would have let me get on when he was on. What I had to say was really for him. He's gone now, so I don't really have much to say.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring up this lawyer real quick. Oh, that guy dipped. You can stay up here. He dipped.
Yes.
1 second, y'all. It's like, this is the brother from last time. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, you said you wanted to cite some sources for the brother because I think he's still in the comments.
Yeah, man. I want him to come up, man, because I feel like we're doing like ring around the rosy right now.
But I don't think. Listen, you're a lawyer. Right. You already know that there's some people you just can't reach. The gospel can't even save them. Well, you know what? God, that was blasphemy. I'm sorry.
No,
you can't reach.
real quick.
Chat,
There was actually real quick, just real quick. There was something I wanted to say about what was said earlier when I believe it was Khalif that was up here in the panel. She said that a lot of men going following walking in purpose with the Lord, right? And she said that it sometimes it's not about the message, it's the messenger. Listen, I'll say this. God himself can come down here and tell these black men that they're not doing the best that they should do, and they still won't listen to it. If you're not ready to listen to that message, you're not going to listen to that message, no matter who the messenger is. And it's been proven in this life time and time again. I have not yet disrespected black men or black women in any way, shape, or form. But Greg is literally disrespecting me.
So I don't mean to interrupt you, sis, but I think that men can hold other men accountable.
Correct. That's why I
some ways better than a sister can.
That's what I want to talk to.
Even still, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't they're not going to listen. They don't care who it is, who the messenger is. They're just not going to listen. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Hold on. Wait. Time out. I actually agree because I think that women. This is why I always say this. I say this every time. We have all that leadership stuff right now. Women hold women accountable. Men hold men accountable. And then after we done figured this ish out, we come together in the middle and we work with each other. So I think a woman can reach a woman better than a man can. I will never go through what a woman goes through as a man. But you know who could reach that woman? A woman who's been through the exact same goddamn thing.
Do you know what that's called, though, Shannon?
What's it called?
It's called palatable politics. That's what that's called.
Is that bad?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing when a white tea person who's doing the deconstruction for racism talks to another white tea person that either believe there's no racism or they're not racist, and trying to get other white tea person to listen to how racism affects black people, indigenous, and people of color.
So I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little slow. Is that bad?
No. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can be, but no.
Okay, but no. Okay, I was just making sure.
It has to be used correctly. It's politics.
No. I'm saying the concept in which she used is that method is the method that I just proposed, which can also be related to politics. The term she used, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Most likely.
In general, no.
Okay.
In general, no. But hold on, real quick. In general, no. It's not bad. But sometimes it can be because if I have to counter your ego, then you're not. Then you're only gonna.
Can I give y'all an example? I was talking to this guy.
Wait, who's talking? Wait, hold on, self, because lawyer, what's the name, brother? I forgot.
Who's Master Says?
What?
Master Says.
Just go ahead and speak, bro.
No, it's all good. What I was saying is that method that she was talking about is way more effective than having the opposite sex talk to each other or different colorism talk to each other. But I wanted to do a trial run with Greg. If Greg could come back up here, I just have 3 questions I want to ask him.
Shemaine, you know what? If you want to shoot your shot, Shemaine, can you drop down for 5 minutes? I will bring you right back up. That is a promise.
He was gonna drop down.
Oh wait, who drop? Oh, never mind. Shemaine, stay. Don't drop, sister. Stay. Who said they're gonna drop?
DJ. Mike for DJ.
Okay, all right. Let me drop you real quick. Appreciate it. I'll bring you up. Now, let me get this nigga up here. I'm gonna mute my mic and eat these chicken wings because I just know this gonna be a failed attempt.
Wait, let me light my cigarette.
That's tough.
Because I'm gonna need it.
Bro, somebody in the comments said Satan got kicked out of heaven. He didn't get the message.
He really did.
Good one, Bless. Good one. That was funny.
Greg, what's going on?
What's going on?
No, I just got a few questions for you. It could be a simple yes or no. Do you understand?
Do you want it to be yes or no, or do you want to?
I want it to be yes or no because I don't want no further explanation. It's clear and cut.
Oh, okay.
All right. So would you say it's true that black men abuse black women?
I would say it's true that men abuse women. That statement needs.
I'm going to repeat my question.
That statement
I
needs.
want you to be accurate as possible.
I told
on the
y'all.
answer. The question specifically says, do black men abuse black women?
Here's my problem with the statement. Every group of men.
No, not if you have a problem.
Hold on. No, I got this. Greg,
I told y'all.
Men abuse their women.
Greg.
What?
Greg, I understand where you're going with the conversation, but I just want a clear-cut answer so we can move forward in our questioning. Is it true?
You want to lead me down a road, or you want to?
No, it's not leading you down the road. I want you to answer truthfully. It's a simple yes or no. Do black men abuse black women?
All men abuse their women.
Okay. Let's go with your theory. And all
but not to the truth.
Greg. Okay, cool. Let's go this route since you want to go this route. In all men, is black men included in all men?
Of course, black men is included in all men.
Okay, so you would concede to the fact that black men abuse black women.
Yes, I would concede that all men abuse.
Okay, so isn't it true that if you don't say nothing about this abuse, no change gets done?
I would say that not only do we
Greg. I'm not talking about the generality of it. I'm saying this is simple yes and no. If we do not talk about abuse, will abuse change?
If a man puts his hand on a woman in public, no matter where he is in the world, other men are going to get at him. So I can't imagine that happening in any black
man. I understand the scenario that you're bringing up. However, I want you to answer in the positive or the negative. It's a yes or no question. If we don't talk about abuse, will abuse change?
No, of course it won't change.
Okay, so by that logic, by that logic, there is a percentage. Not saying it's high, not saying it's 90%, but there is a percentage that is a 1% and above. There is a percentage.
You're making a point that I didn't.
Hold on, Greg. We talked about this in the chat, so let's be respectful.
Yes, I told you in the chat that you and I have no conflict on that position. So
wait. I just want to make it clear. I want to make it clear for the chat about the context of what we're talking about. So there's over 1% of black men that abuse black women. And you've agreed to that in the chat. Did you agree to that? Too high. Okay, that is too high. And we've all conceded that's too high. So by you not advocating, by you not advocating against such abuse, you are part of the statistic. Yeah, that is not my position at all. My position is the way they are tarnishing black men's image because of. No, I don't. I didn't come up, Greg. I didn't come up here and slander you. What men did. They're going to cast it on all of us as though this is the nature of black men. That's a problem with that. It's 11:11. I'm trying to get my questions out before 11:13. So what I'm saying is that since black men, and it's been statistically proven that black men abuse black women, by you not advocating against abuse, you are part of the problem. Do you understand that? The world is a lot, has more gray in it than the one you're painting. In fact, what you're painting is kind of on.
Greg, you're aggravating.
Jazz, pull the plugs. Chill out. Hey, you got to stop Jazz before she go in. Jazz a loose cannon, bro. I saw that mic on mute.
I got 1 more minute, y'all. So, Greg, quick question. You said out of the 60 women in your life, you said 2 of them have been abused. You and I have no conflict on that issue. Why are we diving into this? One black man should hurt any black woman at all. One is too much. Right. So we have no on this.
So if you start that,
Greg, I'm about to explain to you.
Tarnishing of all black men's image, or the majority of black men's image, that I have a problem.
Greg, I'm not gonna go into the nuances. Greg, I understand what you're saying. I want to go into nuances. What I'm saying is, you do better by advocating against it than keeping silent. That's it. Can you understand what we're saying?
I think that position is absurd because here's why it's absurd. You'd have to know that you'd have to know me to even believe that
Mr. Lloyd, you give up?
It's 13. Damn it.
You give up? No. You give up, right?
He conceded in some stuff, but I was trying to get to the main
You
point.
cannot break through the devil.
I conceded that a long time ago that you and I are not in disagreement as to whether or not
But you're saying okay, bro. You're saying, listen to what you're saying, right? I get what you're saying, that black women are casting this out on all black men.
No, I'm saying you guys specifically here, this panel, this line.
No, so what's going
Where
on?
did I cast this all on all black men?
Killmonger, what's going on is right now we're having an issue where he doesn't like the delivery and the slander that you're using. However, what I'm saying is, just because they're using certain type of deliveries that you don't agree with doesn't mean that the message is not true. So we're saying that if you're going to come up here and talk about, oh, it's just a minority or it's just a small percentage, and you're not advocating against such abuse, you are part of the problem. And there's no
sorry
around that.
You're telling me that they can't use language that is tailored to actually point out the problem?
See, the problem is you want to be coddled in the issue, and that is coddling.
With their language.
Wait, time out. Great, watch this. Most black women are liberal and have a bad attitude. You know who frames that shit like that? Black men. Not all black men, but black men. Hey, majority of black women are uncooperative. Like you dated every single black woman. You know who frames the argument like that?
Green.
Black men. So I find it. I wonder, do you be in those same lives? Wait, time out. Wait a minute. Do you be in those same lives saying, hey, because I'm pretty sure you don't, because they'll kick you down, because I've tried this. Do you be in those same lives saying, hey, let's not generalize black women. Let's use better language.
Actually, I do. And if you know me,
Line on that forehead, line on the nape of that neck, with no hair, you lying.
I've been kicked out of many lives for that show.
You're lying.
Let's take your at face value. Nowhere on this live, even my prompts, right? You see black men have a ego problem, right? Since people said this is not a generalization, it's not all, but black men.
I just found one black man that don't ask Master Sins if he married.
Low self-esteem issue in the black community, and I do not believe that. You know,
when people say that when people say men have an ego problem, they're not referring to low self-esteem. Do you know what happened?
First off, you're saying low ego. I mean, low self-esteem.
That's not correlated in my prompt.
Yeah, I said low self-esteem.
But that's not when women say that the nigga has an ego. They're not saying he has low self-esteem.
Self-esteem is part of your ego.
Ego expresses self-confidence, exuberates self-confidence.
I'm about to crash out.
I'm about to crash out.
Have low self-esteem. It doesn't work. I don't know if you're using the psychological definition or
no, I'm looking at concrete definition. But we can go to psychological route because I was a double major in undergrad. We can go that route too. But what I'm saying is that having low self-esteem is not having an ego. You can't have two. They don't coexist.
Okay, so yeah, we are gonna have to disagree on that. But
you fucking disagree with it. Let me go look at the definition.
Greg, you're tripping. Like you're trying to be slow today.
I'm trying to you're not stupid. I'm not doing any of that. I'm really just having a real conversation with you, and all I'm trying to get to you and say is that trying to deflect the fact that there's a percentage that abuses black women adds you to the problem.
What I'm trying to do.
So as men, as men, we agree that we're solution based. So bring solutions to the table.
What I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is just. I'm just asking for people to just be accurate with the use of their language. This thing about tearing down the black male is problematic.
Bro, okay. The black man. Wait, time out. I'm sorry, because now I gotta go there. I think I'm finna go full coon. No. I'm gonna save it. The black man's image has been tarnished since we got here, bro. Okay, we rebuilt our image, and there was still some nonsense going on with our Wall Streets, with circulating black dollars, with establishing goods, building our own neighborhoods. We had a black male image. Matter of fact, you can look up a story that there was a group of black men who bought cameras way back in the day to take pictures to properly represent themselves, because they bought cameras at the time to take pictures to properly represent themselves, because they were being portrayed as monkeys everywhere they go. So they rebuilt their image. So when you talk about black women are destroying black man's image, black women have never destroyed black man's image. They can't even. They don't even have the power to do it. Black women don't have the same way we don't have power. So economically, socially, nigga, financially, you don't have politically. We don't have. They don't have the power. They're in the same boat that you in. They don't have the power to do it. So if you want to talk about certain
this, hold on, Greg. You said you like to read. I'm gonna give you a sermon expert to read. It's called by Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black History Month. Right. I need you to read. It's called Self-Reliance of the Negro. Once you understand that concept, you'll be better off. Because right now, you're worried about the nuances. You're worried about the image. You're worried about what they're saying. You're not looking at the actual message. When you read the actual message and understand it, you will see what we're talking about. But for right now, you're worried about meta conversation, how they're saying it, what they're saying, what they're calling us. No, the overarching truth of it is that it needs to stop. And it comes from us, men. Men have to regulate other men. That's it.
Men have always regulated other men. You can do a better job.
I have a question, just really quick. Damn, not Dag. Greg. This is a question, just real quick. Dag's crazy, right? But can I ask you a question, Greg? Do you think that Black men have had a problem with accountability way before? No, I'm not talking about the minority of Black men. I said men. I didn't say Black men. I didn't say Black men. I said men in general. Right? Hold on. No, it's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. Okay, it's a yes or no question. Just yes or no. Do you believe that men have had a problem with accountability since before today? I don't know. Okay, so you do read the Bible. All
right, we're done. We're done.
You do read the Bible, correct?
Bro,
you do read the Bible.
Bro, you gotta turn that music down or something, dude.
It's down. So again, like I said, I'm sorry that it's loud, but my hearing aid catches everything. So please bear with me. I'm literally trying right now. Okay. So and literally it was like halfway on like that. It could have been louder, but it's literally halfway down. But anyways, so you do read the Bible, correct?
Yeah, I read the Bible.
No, he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim. He's a Muslim. It's in his bio.
I read the Bible.
Okay, go ahead.
That's crazy. Hold on 1 second. Let me go somewhere quiet because my son is literally mad because I turned off his tablet. Just real quick. So when it comes to you reading the Bible, right? Let me ask you this question. What did Adam do when God discovered that he and Eve had ate the fruit? What did he do?
You wouldn't know he Muslim.
No.
No, they got that in there.
No,
Yeah.
So what did Adam do? What did Adam do, right? When God discovered that they both ate the fruit, what did he say?
The woman you gave me.
The
woman you gave me.
Yeah.
That nigga, we reject. So her point is about to be beautiful. Go ahead, Zena.
Yeah. So
I'll take accountability. He blamed God for this entire thing.
And he blamed who else? And he blamed. Hold on, TT, baby, you got to go on mute. Hold on. So who else did he blame?
Yeah. Yes. You could say that he blamed the woman.
Yes.
I don't see how.
But he didn't put any accountability on himself, correct?
No. He did not.
Okay, so then men have had a problem with accountability since before today in the Bible. And right now, what you're doing is you're showing that men are not able to take accountability. But yet these men on this panel have literally been trying to hold you accountable and you're rejecting it. But you said, right? But you said, hold on. But you said that men have been holding men accountable forever, and yet these men are holding you accountable, and you're not liking it. That was the only point that I have. I also have my last source, so let me know when you're ready.
Greg. That is a perfect example because the whole.
How is that a bad example?
Greg, that is. Greg, it's not a bad example. It's a perfect example because again, it also proves Shannon's prompt about Black men having ego problem, and you definitely are a prime example of an ego problem because again, Greg. No. You have been the only man up here trying so hard to talk about the Black man's image, the Black man's this, that, and the third. We're like this, that, and the third of the black man. You have been doing this the whole time. And again, every time when black men and black women as in this life collectively have been trying to hold you accountable for it, again, your ego is getting in the way that you refuse to want to listen. So that's why I don't understand, and neither do the rest of the panel understand. Why would you want to be on a panel, Greg? Why would you want to be on a panel full of people that you refuse to want to hold yourself accountable for when you're doing something that is totally obtuse and ignorant, and it's not fair to all of us? We've been saying it the whole time.
It's not uncommon to be in among a group of people who've made a mistake, and because they've made it together,
You're not gonna fucking do that. You're not gonna say that we made a mistake. Your mistake was bringing your bald ass up here and pretending like you don't understand English. And then recanting, when she just admitted, what she just proved to you by your own logic, by your own faith, that what you've been saying all along is nonsense.
Oh my God! Oh, I cannot believe what I'm hearing.
the issue is
We talking about language.
Audacity.
We talking about language.
This is
We talking about language. We saw.
the issue is English. It literally is. That's
Greg,
the problem.
Bro,
what I'm
you
trying to say
what did you
is
want me
this
to?
is
What did you want? If somebody's if a black woman is if a black woman is, who are black people in proximity to the most?
Say it with me, Greg. Black people.
Nigga, just answer the question. I need a yes or no. Who?
First, I have to hear the question.
Who?
What are we talking
Oh,
about?
the question. I'm talking to you, and the question is, who are black people in proximity to the most?
I'm assuming everyone else that's around us.
Fuck are you talking about? Who are black? Who are black? What? Who are black people in proximity to the most? What race of people?
I would assume white people.
Get the fuck. Bye, bro. Bye. I'm done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm done. This nigga is idiot. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So the reason I was asking that question, because if a black woman or a black man, but just bear me out, if a black woman has had poor dating experiences or abuse from men, it's most likely going to be from her same race because she's in proximity to this. So if she gets online and say black men are trash, whether it's from bitterness, whether it's from this, I'm not mad at that, because I understand, even though she may have some healing to do, right? Because she said this statement, I'm going to understand that her hurt has come from black men. If a black man gets online and says that black women were very disrespectful to him in dating experiences, right? His dating experience, I'm not going to necessarily get mad at that because he was hurt by black women. Hurt. Fragile male ego. Hurt. But listen to me. It's when you don't heal and you say stupid shit online, okay? This is about black men, and you didn't try to flip it to language. If black people hurt black people, then the statement, bro, if black people hurt black people the most, you're going to be hearing hurt on both sides, pain on both sides. Is it equal? Fuck no. I'm a man. I will never say that the pain that women are experiencing is equal to men. I think they experience more pain, and they're most likely to lose their life to their husband. That's just the man she's in proximity to, and it's probably going to be black. All right. It doesn't mean every man is violent. Doesn't mean nothing like that, because I know you niggas is soft. But my goodness, is a reason why I asked the question.
Just real quick, I want to say something about that, right?
God,
so all the experiences that I've dated with black men, just in general of me dating, right? I have experienced more hurt from black men than I ever experienced anybody outside of my race. And that does not make me bitter for saying that. I know that there are black men out there that absolutely are great human beings, right? They're absolutely great human beings. They're probably out here healing themselves and doing all that stuff because they've been hurt by black women. The problem that I keep seeing when it comes to black men is that a lot of times they get their ego crushed or get their ego shut down by a black woman, and all of a sudden black women ain't shit. Black women are Jezebels. Black women are Mammies. Black women are sapphires. Black women are literally hyenas out here. Like, bro, like all black women are not like. If I really wanted to, I could be the black woman different version of red pill right now because black men, I've been hurt by several black men, including men in my family, and say that all black men ain't shit, but I choose not to do that because I know my mindset when it comes to black men. I know that my son is a black man, and I know that one day he's going to grow up to be a black man, and I hope that what I have taught him, he will go forth out into the world and not hurt other black women, simply because his mom taught him not to do that, right? And the fact that you said that English is a problem, sir.
That nigga still saying English is the problem.
I don't understand why you're saying that English is the problem, but sir, I know you can understand me. I know you can understand Master Sings, which, by the way, it gives me a little BDSM energy, sir. I don't know why, but we're not on that right now. We're not on that right now.
Wait, what was his name? Wait, y'all tripping.
Wait, don't go pay. If you can't understand that there are black women out here, right, who are telling you the problems and the issues within our community, because for me, the way I was raised by my older people, right? I was raised by both my grandparents and my parents. My grandfather always told me, it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. If someone does you wrong or does something wrong to you, you need to hold them accountable. That includes the whole entire community. Why? Because if there isn't a community holding you accountable, whether it's man or woman, they're not going to learn. Which means, right, as black men and black women, we need to bring shame back to these black men that are doing their community dirty. That includes to black men too.
Well, that
was my point.
But what I'm trying to say, actually, Master, I said Master. That's funny, brother. Go.
I was about to say, wasn't that what we was doing just now, trying to hold a black man accountable? And he's still down there.
But listen, because of the two words that I hate, because of misogyny and patriarchy, right? Oh no, sis. A woman will never be able to hold a man accountable because men don't want to be held accountable by women. It's not that a woman can't hold a man accountable.
Yeah, but
because you are a woman, they're not going to receive it. So that's the problem. And I don't understand. Shit, you listen to your mama. Well, actually, you probably didn't listen to your mama. Where y'all talk. You know what? Actually, but hold on, because I'm trying to let the lawyer speak. He been keeping his mic on mute, and I got you. Rick said cap. How the fuck am I capping? Niggas don't listen to women. Get the fuck out of here. We don't listen to women on I'm sorry for cursing y'all on YouTube. Forgive me. Men do not listen to women. Actually, you know what? Lawyer, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what I was saying is that, like, in the chat and even a little bit on when he got up on the panel, he was conceding to the argument. However, I'm really disappointed because he dwindled down into going into the nuances of the conversation. Like, when you start attacking the language and specific things that they're saying, that's more emotional than logical, brother. And I'm very disappointed because I thought you were better than that. But that's just having expectations in another person. So that's my L, y'all. I didn't mean to bring him up.
No, you good. Hey, we tried. We all tried. And to this comment talking about hold on, Charmaine. Reef, you can come up and get smoked if you want to too, because you said, who am I to speak for men? A man, only a man can speak to a man. I mean, if you niggas ain't gonna listen to God, who's the next step? Because you damn sure ain't gonna listen to women. You're not going to. Men don't care about a woman's opinion. What do we say? Shut up and go make a sound. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to tell. And I'm not saying this is all men. That's a lot of men though who think like that.
Hey, Shannon, here's the gag. I told that yesterday.
Oh, who? By who? Actually, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, somebody told me that in the live yesterday. He said, "Why don't you go pick up the
Hold on, Shan. So Jessica, I understand the sentiment, but we don't do that here. We don't do that here. I'm an openly bisexual woman. I will not tolerate homophobia on this panel at all. Don't do that. And Greg, don't you do that with her. Y'all two leave each other alone. Don't do that, baby.
Wait, what happened? The dog. You know what? Because I try to keep my mouth respectful, but it is one thing that I like saying, but I understand I shouldn't say it. I'll leave it alone.
Okay. So can I get my
who talking?
DJ.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah.
So as of the whole time watching this man piggy and everything, I mean, it's kind of crazy because somebody said something along the lines of like being able to hold men accountable and men being able to do that across the board.
Hey, brother, you sound a little bit muffled. Can you fix it up real quick?
Can y'all hear me better now?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. So
We got you, Bill.
so where it's coming to the point of now, like I remember a time when men were saying, why do or men and women were saying to like kids or basically growing up, they said, why do women or girls post on social media about their problem, right? Now, I'm not too much of I'm not too slow to this and understanding of that, but it's like in 4K, are we seeing this ego problem more so than anything of like holding ourselves accountable? We say it's women's kryptonite, right? Of holding themselves accountable. This whole time, he has shown that he can't even hold himself accountable or try to look within and say, hold on, have I talked to a black brother about these issues? Have I huddled up with anyone, had a type of conversation about these issues to try to make the change? No, he's standing on the outside saying, willfully obtuse, that it doesn't happen, and defending men. And I'm like, dog, I don't think right now is necessarily the time for us to talk about the woman's issue. Our time is to focus on us and what's going on in our issues and what's going on in the community. Because no matter how much you sit here and want to spin it, social media has going to affect not only the women, but also the men. Where the men are sitting here thinking that it's one way, and it's not, dog. It's showing the whole complete reality of saying someone hasn't touched grass. You have shown yourself with not going outside and dealing with the reality of problems, and you said, nah, I'm gonna stand on this technology side. That's being snowflakish. That's not okay. That's what I'm scared for when it comes to in the future. And that's from a middle generation, like not even middle generation. I say older half middle generation Z person. I'm probably the youngest in this fucking room understanding this shit.
I'm not scared. Like I actually I don't mind. They have a movement called 4B. I'm all for it. You know, I think it's a great thing. I think it stops a lot of issues that men were complaining about. You know, you complain about yeeting of the fetus. How can I say this? Smortions, right? That solves that.
No, you said it. No, you said it. You said eating up fetus is
the fetus.
Listen, I am perfectly okay with the spell yeetus the fetus. Okay, I am perfectly with the spell yeetus thy fetus. Okay.
If we talking about that, you know, that gets rid of a lot of problems. The only problem is that
we can say yeetus. Yeah, we can say yeetus thy
y'all
fetus.
Get mad about marriage and because it's 4B's no dating, no heterosexual relationships with men, no marriage, and no children. I don't think men should be afraid of it because I believe a decent man will still find a decent woman. So if a large collective of group of women want to do that, let them do that. And I think that solves a lot of issues. So I'm not scared. I'm not scared for the future. We keep like, you know, I think men should stop being vagina centered because I can't say woman centered because we don't care about women as a collective group of men. We care about what's in between their legs. But other than that, I can't speak and say that we care about the actual well-being of the woman, because if I look into these divorce rates, seeing how men are treating women, I'm not saying that there ain't no harm going on the other side, but I'm saying when you look into why the women are divorcing, and they're the ones who filing. I mean, how much abuse did she put up with? And when I say abuse, it's different kinds, not just physical, because I know some of y'all stupid. But how many times did she forgive before she left? We don't ask those questions. We don't ask those questions. They forgive them for cheating. They forgive them for the hand. They forgive them for depleting their bank accounts and making them broke. And stay right with them. And then after she said after enough is enough, she leaves. Now the nigga crying like, oh, she gave up on her family. I'll tell you in a little secret. Women leave the relationship physically and mentally. Men check out mentally of their marriage but because they don't want to quit, because they don't want to say they're the ones to that broke up their family, they will stay in a marriage that they're quote unquote suffering in, just for the sake of not being the one to say he gave up. So they'll be able to blame that on a woman, talking about, oh, she the one who gave up. I would do it up there. Yeah, that's another level of gaslighting. But again, I'm not scared for the future. Let's just be better men. What the fuck is so hard about that? Sorry for cursing. What is so hard about that? What is so hard about listening and being a better man? It's not hard.
I can answer that.
No, you can't. I was playing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I can answer that. The problem is what we've been screaming all night, the big A word. People want to be selective about who they're accountable to. There was a point in time where we used to say things like it takes a village to raise a family, because we were okay with our children being held accountable by anyone with pure intentions for them. And at this point, we've begun to get so overly sensitive and micromanage language to the point where there's so much of a lacking of understanding that people wiggle out of accountability just by saying, "Oh, that hurt my feelings. Oh, that doesn't qualify. Oh, that's like," you know what I mean? That we can be so touchy to the point where we can be weaponizing our feelings to keep from being held accountable. If the wrong person is holding us accountable and they're speaking the truth, we won't hear it. If the right person is telling us something and it's coming out the wrong way or with the wrong tone, we won't hear it. So we're just really selective now. So that's just the problem.
Okay.
Very individualistic.
Yeah. So if I got up here and said, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
I think there's a little bit of confusion, right? When I was talking about the comment that I saw, the comment that Greg made. Greg is just being an ass, saying that Black women don't equate to Black people, which Black people includes Black men, women, and children. But okay, I digress. Regardless of what the context is, asking a man, right, if you are not for sure that he is part of the LGBTQIA+, especially towards Black men, is dangerous to them. Dangerous to Black men. I may not agree with Greg, but I'm just saying that is rooted in homophobia. I'm literally not trying to say, I'm not saying you're homophobic, because I'm not going to put that label on you, but I'm saying the rhetoric that you're doing, you're asking him if he dates men, is rooted in homophobia. That's all I was saying. I do understand the context. Can I say something?
Hold on. Wait.
Can I say something,
yes,
please? Ma'am. Okay, this platform. Okay, we were talking about a topic, correct?
The prompts, yes, ma'am. But go ahead.
Okay. Then stuff. Everyone was asking their questions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand if someone just got on the panel and they're asking a question because they caught either the end of the discussion or what. But I even asked the question earlier because sometimes it seems like when men bash women or have this such big deal with women, they tend to be down low men. Some, not all, some. When a man is always bashing a woman or has something negative to say about a woman, it tends to be a issue with what happens at night. That is not all men. That is not the case every time. That is not the case. That's not the scenario every time. I asked the question if he was down low when I first got invited to the group to speak. I don't know if anyone really heard me, but that question was not answered. Now, there's this lady that joined.
I see.
She had been listening for a while. She asked the question, and Miss Zena just went a little bit. I guess she was agitated. I guess I don't know.
No, I wasn't agitated. I was just literally saying that. I get where you're coming from, right? I get where you're coming from, right? When it says,
you can't. Don't overtalk. Wait a minute. Yeah, because that's what she's been doing, and it's starting to get a little bit irritating and frustrating. I don't know who she is to the host, but sometimes when people,
I'll see y'all later.
No, Zena, what you leaving for? You gotta leave.
You don't have to leave. Sometimes when people get get in a little bit of a position. Sometimes people tend to, even when I first got invited to the group, she kept denying my invite. She even texted me and said something, but that's neither here nor there. I just didn't like the fact that this girl was kind of getting bullied a little bit only because she asked the question. Now, could she may have asked the question different or worded differently because of the stereotypes and the homophobias that people may have? Yes, she may have could have asked differently, but she was only asking a question, and Zena just kind of bit her head off. I don't think that was fair.
Okay, so what
What's going on in the comments?
Please, I don't want to talk over anybody.
Hold on, Jessica. I got you, sweetheart. Okay, so wait a minute. What happened? Okay, I really don't want us to derail from the conversation at hand because that's what this is doing. And I could tell by Shannon, it's literally giving, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let Jessica say her final say, but I'm going to need us to get back to the topic at hand. That's number one. Number two, I understand where everybody's coming from, but like I said, we need to get back to the topic at hand. I really want to see if I can
What did I miss?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's derailing the conversation.
Wait, hold on. Let
topic at hand.
Let Jessica answer. I mean, say her piece. Go ahead, ma'am. How you doing?
Okay, so the gentleman dropped down and he said, Black people does not equate to Black women in reference to who hurt him. So I asked a legitimate question. Well, if you're not speaking in reference to Black women, there's only one other gender. So I asked, do you date men? I don't do the whole calling men gay. I don't do that. My brother is gay in real life and he has a husband. Never had a problem with gay people. I used to model with them. I'm not that type of woman. So she yelled at me in the comment section. I don't do the whole TikTok drama, arguing, being aggressive. I'm not even that type of woman. So I'm trying to explain to her in the comment section. He said, Black people don't equate to Black women. So if you're not talking about women, what other gender? You talking about children? You can't be talking about children. Am I right or am I crazy?
Wait, talking about. He asked, "Are you talking about?" He
Yeah,
said black women are not Black people.
No,
Yes,
when y'all was speaking in reference to who hurt him, he's defending himself. He's saying Black people doesn't equate to Black women.
Yeah, him. Okay.
Meaning meaning he's saying I'm not talking about Black women. So I'm like, all right, so do you date men? We're not gonna act like there's not gay men. We could have been wrong the whole time. You get what I'm saying? Maybe Black women didn't hurt him. I didn't ask him that question to be nasty. I'm not even that type of person. So she got upset and she started yelling from the panel, talking about I'm bisexual. Man, what you eat does not make me poop. What does that have to do with anything? I asked a legitimate question.
Oh my. I was gone for like 3 minutes and all this happened, Lord.
Am I wrong for asking that? Like, that's not a legitimate question?
I don't think you were wrong for asking the question. The question was a part of the topic that we were discussing. Miss Zena, I think Miss Zena just kind of took it a little bit too hard.
All right.
No, he said, because y'all kept saying, oh, he was hurt by Black women.
I didn't say. Well, that wasn't the correlation.
No, not you per se, but that's what was being said on the panel. And he's in the comment section yelling, Black people doesn't equate to Black women.
So wait, talking about the correlation.
So if you're not talking about Black women, what other gender are you talking about?
Because he said so let's try to get some straight. All right. I said I was given the proximity example, saying, hey, if a Black woman gets online and she says Black men are trash, right? Because she's been hurt by Black men the most. Right? So I said if a Black man get online and say Black women are trash, it's because he has probably been hurt by Black women. Now, does this justify it? No. But I'm saying you can understand that Black people hurt Black people because of the proximity in which Black people are to Black people. Right? So I don't know why he would go to the comments and then say Black women are not black people.
No, he said black
He
people.
says, does black people equal?
He said black
Does
people
black
don't
people
equal
equal-
to black women.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, so if you are not hurt by black women, which is, I'm assuming that's who you date and that's who, could have hurt you in your past. So if you're not talking about black women, you must be talking about black men.
Are you gay? That was her.
I said, do you date men? That's what I asked him. I said, do you date men? And I guess the woman on the panel didn't see the full conversation and she just started yelling.
Okay, well, if she decides to come back up, y'all can talk about it and keep it respectful, but
No, I don't want to talk to her. She's very aggressive. And I feel like if you're going to respond to something, at least read the full conversation before you respond.
Zilla, if you want to come up, you can anytime. But let's go back. So do y'all agree or disagree with the prompt?
I think that you already answered the question. You said earlier that they have a problem with accountability. Accountability and ego are not related in the way that I feel like Greg was trying to make it sound earlier. But yes, if a man has an issue with being
I'll bring you back up.
If a man has an issue with being corrected, he definitely has an ego problem because something inside himself is telling him that he don't need correction, that he's already all the way right, and you can't learn that way.
Greg was displaying narcissistic tendencies. Let's just get that all the way clear. Like, that's exactly what he was doing. He would not answer direct questions if he knew it was going to prove someone else's point because he's just avoiding being wrong. Plain and simple. That's
pivoting.
Yeah.
Tap dancing, pivoting.
Y'all keep centering that man. Leave that man alone.
Miss Jazz, he displays more than
I didn't the prompt like you said.
That man gone, man.
Answer the prompt real quick. Is what the black men have an ego problem? That you just that alone just showed that second.
He not gone, host. He's still glimmering in the comments.
Oh, yes, he's still.
That shiny ass head. Go somewhere.
Man, Jazz be ready to rip somebody's ass. I don't know who worse. Jazz or Mooney. I'm about to see which one worse. Goddamn it, the Mooney.
Me, I'm definitely worse.
You think you worse than Mooney?
I own that shit.
Nah, bro. I don't know, bro. That'll be a different. That's a different.
You haven't even seen me at my worst.
I'm not trying. My God, what are you gonna say?
I'm gonna tell you right now. The way Jazz be eating some of these men up, yeah, you ain't seen it.
But versus Mooney. Wait, versus Mooney's in her?
Yeah, nah. I have to concede.
Wait, who is this? Wahabu? Man, you don't even got no goddamn. You got your page private, bro. You're trash.
Yeah, he got his page private because he in there talking about he said in the comments, and I quote, you're an emotional baby. You don't talk over people who raised you. That's what he said. So
everybody been talking over everybody.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I told him don't be sitting there just being disrespectful to the mod. Period. That's what I said.
What type of men do you have on here? Hold on, brother. Wait, King HP. Nigga, wait, just 1 second. King HP, you want to come up? You say what type of men do you have on here? Well, come test my character.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for this.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so just real quick. So I want to address what Jessica said. I scrolled up to the entire comments, right? And I read what he wrote, right? I saw what he wrote and I addressed him too. I said, hey, don't do that. Right? I also told you in the comments, don't do that. That's rooted in homophobia. Now I want you to understand the reason why I said that it's rooted in homophobia is because when you assume, right, just because a man has tendencies to buck up at a woman or anything like that, don't automatically assume that he is part of the LGBTQIA+. He may just have a fragile ego, right? The reason why assuming that is dangerous for Black men, right, is because that can get them unalived. Back in the 80s, Black men who were not part of the LGBTQIA+ community were getting unalived for not being part of the LGBTQIA+ community. But because of them assuming that they may be part of the LGBTQIA+ community, they were unalive, right? And even still, asking a legitimate question, I understand why you asked it, but it's still rooted in homophobia. That's like when you assume, right, that when black people, hold on, real quick, hold on.
Wait,
Hold
come back.
on. Can you let me finish, please?
I lost. I got lost. Go ahead.
Just because you can finish, please.
It's like she heard nothing I said. You just want to argue.
I literally did read everything. I just said I scrolled up in the comments and read everything.
Literally just sat on a panel and explained to you why I asked him that, and you still talking about assumption. I never.
I heard you. I understood what you said, Jessica, but I'm the aggressive one, and you're cutting me off though. But I'm literally behind the aggressive one.
You're lying on me. You're not gonna sit here and lie on me.
I heard everything that you said. You said.
That's why I wanted y'all to let this go because it's too much going on. Because Jessica, she heard every word you said. And Zena, we get what you're saying. So again, can we please, as women, because I really don't want our sisters' argument, just agree to disagree so we can move on, please.
But how do you know the answer to something if you don't ask the question?
Okay, again, Mama, this is not how. But how can we get somewhere?
You know what?
Obviously,
you're right. You're right. You're right, Eva Twin. You're right, Eva Twin. You're right, Eva Twin. Now you're right. I'm gonna let it go. Even though I was just completely disrespected and called aggressive and said that I was emotional when I wasn't even being emotional. I was literally trying to give. I was literally trying to give education.
Twin, I know, Twin.
Hold on, wait, time out, y'all. Time out. We gonna get reset. Jazz for 5 minutes. Let me drop it because I think we got one.
Oh, so if you're talking about HP in the comments, just know that he wasn't coming crazy. I promise you, he wasn't.
He wasn't coming crazy. So
when he was talking about what kind of men, he was talking about Baldy. I was up here. He wasn't coming crazy.
Okay, never mind. My brother didn't. Never mind. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I was like, oh, he saw that. You feel like he was taking it.
I thought he was talking about what kind of man. Because my the lawyer up there making replies in the comments too, talking about what you mean by that. No, but we good. Now we basically just proved that again, I don't see how y'all disagree. Not y'all on the panel, of course, but how y'all disagree that women sacrifice more relationships than men. But if that's what y'all say, then it is what it is. It is what it is. Ma'am, you talking about new prompt? I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't gonna lie. I do one live at a time. Let's see. Let's see.
So can I say that I think that the main thing that I think the average man thinks of when they disagree that women sacrifice more is because men are already thinking about the end game, which is divorce for them. They're already thinking about divorce. And in their minds, they know that when they divorce, whether they have money to lose or not, they know that they're going to be losing more because essentially most men, they don't marry for love. They marry for a caretaker. They marry for a babysitter. They marry for a maid. They marry for constant access to sex. So when they're divorcing, they're losing that. And even if they're not also losing a chunk of money with that, they feel like they're sacrificing more by getting married in the first place. There's been this ongoing rhetoric today amongst men my age, I'm 31, who are denouncing marriage altogether, and they openly state that marriage is not beneficial to men. And that's because they know what the divorce rates are right now, and that women mostly initiate divorce. And in their minds, either she's going to walk away with half of his stuff, or she's just going to walk away and he loses his crutch. And unfortunately, a lot of these men don't walk into marriages trying to be responsible. There are some men who do. There are some men who take pride in being a husband, being a father, being a partner, being a protector, being a provider. However, there are not enough of them. So, yeah, that's just my personal opinion.
But I don't understand, I forgot what
I tell you what, Shannon.
I disappeared, bro. My bad. I disappeared. Oh, my bad. Shit, I don't know.
Yes, you're on pause. I was wondering where you was at. I'm like, hold on. Right. Speaking from the shadow realm, though.
My bad. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. Apparently my presence is not needed.
Twin, if you don't sit your ass down and shut the hell up.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
No,
Apparently,
why
my
you want to
president's
leave
not
me
here.
for?
I'm leaving.
Hey, twin, why you want to leave me for? What's up with that?
Nah.
I'm not leaving you. There's never a way that I'm leaving you, Shemaine. You my twin. You my baby. You feel me?
Nah, man.
When I make people uncomfortable, I want to make sure that they
Hold on,
stay comfortable.
hold
You
on.
feel me? Hold on.
Don't do that. Don't get salty.
No,
Hey, time out. You know what? I got y'all.
Come on, man. No.
I got y'all. You know what?
No, that's not what I'm talking about, TT. I'm talking about the fact that both you and Jessica called me aggressive, and I wasn't even aggressive. That was disrespectful. I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that.
Oh, wait, time out now. Time out. I'm finna do a mass reset. I'm finna do a mass reset. Drop everybody.
Wait. Let me finish my statement because I'm not gonna be here long.
You said reset, right? After you said reset, host, right? Why did you start
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I made you too uncomfortable.
My name, baby. You didn't
I
make
said,
me
hold on. I said, please hold on. I apologize, but please hold on. If I make someone uncomfortable, then I feel like my presence should not be there. I'm going to respect their boundary, respect their comfortability, and drop out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to make an issue. That's all I'm saying. Y'all are uncomfortable, so I'm gonna leave and let y'all.
All right, so we got a mass reset coming. I got you. We got a mass reset. We're gonna reset. Y'all go ahead and request back. We're gonna reset. All right, we're gonna reset. We're gonna reset it because ain't no need. You know what I'm saying? It automatically drops the host, so y'all gotta forgive me. I mean, drops the mods. Y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna say what I do.
I just, so we get a mass reset, bro. Mass reset. What? I tried to get that woman. Oh, that's the mod doing. I was like, I wonder why. All right.
That was me.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Yeah. We can.
I would love to answer this one.
Who would love to answer? What happened? Who's that?
BJ said he want to answer that.
Go ahead.
This one's to me, and this is where I like see it as the flip side of it, right? Like, just for 2 seconds, I'm gonna say it's how Black women say they hate Black men. This one is kind of like where that correlates. Like, we say we love our Black women, they say they love us, right? The flip of it is that they hate what we actually do, right? As far as our actions. This one's talking about we don't like, and it's like, okay, visually, like for men, because it's conceding to the fact of that men only view women visually like, or what's the name, as objects type deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just said earlier in the last conversation where we reset from that we got to decenter what? The box, right?
Mm-hmm.
So decentering the box comes into play of this, right? It's like, ooh, I don't visually sit here and see this as attractive when we talk about quote unquote actions, right? We don't hold ourselves accountable for our actions, right? So this is what women are saying they hate. They're just outright saying they hate that part. Us as men are saying we don't like. We're doing word semantics here where we're like, hold on, dog. Just say it for what it is, for what women are saying. They don't like, they hate this action. Just say, we hate this action. But it's in the same of it's not that, it's a deeper level of we hate that in this. It's more. And it's kind of it's like, ooh. I don't know how well necessarily love is being shown through all that nonsense. But I'm very much like I quote unquote have the hope, right? Because I have to sit here and think that there's a brighter side to this madness of it getting worse and then it coming back to be better. I hope it doesn't just keep getting worse. That's what it is.
So just give me 1 second. So when you say actually, you know what, you go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. I appreciate his comment, and I want to expand on that a little bit. What I think he's saying is that
there's a difficult part of taking accountability when you don't know what's wrong. I think our community for a long time has been indoctrinated into self-hate. And we have adopted ideologies, we have adopted ideas that are not our own, these kind of hegemonic structures around luxury. We really have a hard time knowing what love is. And love, because love is subjective.
Hey, are you walking?
Women love.
Are you walking right now?
No.
Oh, it sounds like people talking about this. It sounds like a tunnel.
Oh, let me take you off the speaker.
Mm.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I think one of the issues, and I deal with clients all day long, they have no idea how to love themselves. They don't even know what that is. I try to get people to visualize a better life, imagination gone. And so until we start to internalize, go into ourselves individually as a community, like we need to fix what's wrong with us on an individual level. And I don't want to say what's wrong because I think we beat ourselves up too much at the same time. We have to have more compassion for our journey and understand why we are where we're at. But a lot of people don't cultivate enough knowledge. They just think they know. You know, some people walking in spirit, you do know some things, but there's a lot about this world that's set up for you to hate yourself. And that's what you need to examine. I think everybody needs to examine. The two ladies was kind of arguing with each other. I've been listening for about an hour over assumptions. We don't know how to approach each other in a positive conversation 99% of the time. People just jump to their feelings. They jump to their inner child wounds rather than, hold on, let me listen. What's she really saying? Okay. So that's the part that we need to get to as a community. And then we can come back together, male, female, and all that stuff. Because right now, you know, when women say I hate men, I agree with him. Really, what we're saying is we don't like how we're treated. We don't like what they do. We don't like the lack of integrity. We don't like what they have been taught is manhood. And so there needs to be a redefinition of what a man is. Because I really don't know what it is in this current society. I think it's toxic. And it's doing is trickle down trauma and it's harming everybody. So patriarchy is not the way. It never was. It never was. It is people stepping into a position of power and they don't know who they are, what they are, who they don't know they're connected to source. They're just totally impulsive in their actions. So that's all I gotta say about it. Thanks for letting me speak.
No problem. So when it comes to the prompt, black men say we love black women but don't like black women. Well, so when I ask how is the love being shown, typically the men who frame these arguments come from manosphere, red pill black men, or black pill, or whatever pill y'all shoved up y'all ass this morning. I don't know at this point. It's always a different color pill. So with that being said, if you look into the content of what these men are saying online, the reason I asked where's the love being shown, because if you go down their content, there is no fucking love being shown. The men who are framing and asking this question, there is no love in their content that is being shown online. There is no I love black women because of this, or I appreciate the black woman just for being black. I love their smile, right? Instead of, they can't even list out things that make her who she is. Instead, they start listing out chores. Oh, I like how black women cook. I like how black women do it. So when it comes to how the love is being shown, you don't see a lot of content that's uplifting towards black women from the people that are framing this question. I'm not saying black men don't uplift black women, in certain areas because I can find some. But the men who are asking this question specifically, they're asking this in a disingenuous manner, and they're not showing any love on their content. Point blank, period. Tut,
No.
I mean, wait, talking about Tut. It's other people up here, brother.
Oh, okay. I'll go when my turn.
Now, I know my mod told you that already. Anyway, I don't know who was next, but my guy, the lawyer. I'm gonna just call you lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, like I said, I've been saying in the chat, man, it's the power of the tongue, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people kind of stretch the truth and also bash people in a way that they don't understand what they're saying or what they're doing. And when you do that and you speak negatively all the time, you're only going to attract negativity. So when they say that, oh, I love a black woman because they cook. No, I like a black woman because they're nurturing. I love a black woman because she understands my culture. She understands my history. She's been through these same trials and tribulations. They don't talk about that side. And I feel like it's very disingenuous. It's very disrespectful to just be on here and just be like, oh, I only see a woman as an object. But like I said, that's the society we're in here today. I wasn't raised like that. I'm 27 years old. Like I said, I came from a nuclear family. I'm also, my people are not from here. So maybe that plays a part. I'm Nigerian. So how we operate in our family, you know, the man, protector, provider, and then the woman, the nurturing, loving, and they were cohesive. But at the same time, the difference that I've noticed, you know, from Nigerian household structures and American household structures is that we understand our role and we're willing to cooperate with the other role. And I think we're at a time now where roles are colliding, being combative, and we're coming to the point where we don't know ourselves. So that's why I said, you know, to love thyself is to know thyself. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you're willing to put up. You have to know your purpose and what you want to do in life. And then when you love yourself, you can apply that to your partner. And you can, you know, break down those walls and barriers and be communicative. Like, hey, I like this. I love this. You know, I hate when you do this. And then you compartmentalize because everybody's not going to be perfect and you work the things out. But as for right now, it's like, oh, I hate when people do this. I hate when people do that. And you don't get nowhere because essentially, if you say so much things that you hate, you're going to hate the person in itself. You're going to hate the gender in itself. So I think we should stop using these words saying, I hate this and hate that, and just start saying, oh, no, I love this. I want a woman who's going to say this. And get up every day and say your affirmations, man. And you'll be surprised at what type of energy, what type of people, what type of money comes into your life because you're saying more positive energy. You know, energy attracts itself, man. If you get up every day and you're complacent, you're lazy, you're saying you hate your life, best believe you're still going to hate your life. You're still going to be poor. You're still going to be lazy. Like, you got to get up and be proactive in your life. Be proactive with your conscience every day and learn to adapt.
Can I ask you one question, brother?
What's going on?
You're not married, right?
No, I'm single, man.
Okay, so when it comes to the household over there in Nigeria, I'm ignorant, so I'm ignorant on that situation. So would they 100% provide them in? Would they 100% provide them in, meaning the wife did not have to work?
In some situations, yes.
But not all?
In most situations, the man did provide while the women did not work.
Okay, so in the other households, were they working as a team for the ones who was not 100% providers? Was the man taking equal responsibility in the house?
You know, the funny thing is the responsibilities didn't change.
You said it did or didn't?
It didn't change. Like as in for like the main, like for example, the main bills, as we talk about the rent, the electric, gas bill, the man still took care of it. However, the woman pitched in on like the nuances, like if a kid had a sporting event or something like with the community, that's where they pitched in.
But okay, so cool. I'm with you on that. But was the household labor the same? Like, was she working, right? Not as much.
Not as much.
What I'm saying is, was she burnt out? Were these women?
No, she wasn't burnt out.
That's all. So they had an understanding of how it was going on, or what was going to happen.
The stress was alleviated.
Okay, that's all. I'll make sure because I was asking, you know, because over here in America they just well, I won't say they, but men and women, a lot of men. Well, I ain't gonna say majority, but a lot of men and women can't seem to balance it out I won't say that it's majority women's fault. I think it's men's fault because when I'm looking at the divorces and the top reasons, the woman is just she's overwhelmed. She's contributing to the house. She has to work and then go 50-50 with the bills. No woman wants is going to be sexually. Y'all type F1 for me. No woman is going to be turned on to their man, still having to provide, then taking care of the kids, and then doing all the cooking and all the and for some odd reason, the men can't seem to understand it. They want and I don't have a problem with traditionalism because there's women that want that traditional, get that type of woman. So these men, some of these men want traditionalism without being a traditional man, and that's the disconnect. And then they get mad at their women. They start lashing out. I mean, you even see the topics that's being held by a certain colored men on here, where they're talking about if she don't cook, she's worthless. Her career, a husband is more important than a career. The name of this people is OK and Duke podcast. Now I see them all the time, but it's a whole bunch of men on here that do that, and there's a disconnect. Like, hey, you don't have the finances to ask what you're looking for, so it's probably best that you work as a team. And if you're going to split everything down the middle, then give her equal. Give her equal as well. Like, you want to talk about cooking? Sometimes you cook, right? And it shouldn't even be. Nobody's have to explain this shit. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to explain it. But like, I don't understand that older men are ignorant. But it shouldn't even be something explained. But they can't seem to understand that, hey, it's probably best for you to move into like sort of a teammate type of relationship, because she's a partner anyway, but you're not the 100% provider man. And over here in America, the average person is broke, right? The average man is broke. So you can't be expecting traditionalism being broke. Those two don't go hand in hand. And I don't understand the disconnect.
I think I can speak on it. I think the real disconnect is that one, people don't value their principles, right? So I like to put it like this, right? I don't know if everybody's religious in here. I don't want to offend anybody before I say this, but when it goes to the statue and the pillars, right? You know, your first is God, right? God has like the morality. You don't want to commit sin and such and such. Then you go down to your marriage, right? The marriage is your second priority in life. Then your kids, then your job. That's literally the four statutes of how you have to rank those things in your life. When you rank those things in your life, you would understand that marriage is before kids, marriage is before career. So if I'm going to say my vows, because it's to death do us part, and people don't realize, they just say vows, they get up there and say vows, and they don't truly understand the concept for sickness and health and for poor or rich. It doesn't matter the status that you're in, but you still have to be committed to your father. Who's Rapunzel? Go ahead.
Hold on. Talking about let him speak, because he's speaking on a biblical concept, and I'm trying to let him, because just give him a second.
Yeah, so it deals with the foundation. Without no foundation, you have no structure. Second thing, it's easy to see that women, when they're born, they automatically are established value, right, into this world. As a man, I don't know how other people are raised, but since a youth, I was told that I have to establish my value, because no woman is going to accept me for who I am right now. As in, either I don't have money, I can't provide for myself, I can't, establish myself in this world. So I have to build my career up, and then I can take on the responsibilities of another. If I can't even provide for myself, what do I expect to get from someone who comes into my life? How can I take care of them? How can I take care of the kids that I plan on making with them? And so when it comes to that structure, a lot of men, should I say, are not on their purpose. They're not career driven. They're not wanting to do stuff with their lives, but they expect to still get the tens and the amazing women that they see on social media, which is also toxic to the society.
So with everything you just said, that works for the Christian. So then the Christian woman, the Christian man will understand that concept of God, marriage, kids, whatever. But the problem is, when you're addressing people, a lot of people are not under this belief system. However, there are things that can be taken. So when we talk about divorces, right? There's a lot that's going on with the divorces. There's a reason why women are leaving and leaving their marriage. And they're not just leaving because of one bad thing. It's a lot of women that be forgiving cheating because infidelity is a top reason. Finances is a top reason. It's a whole abuse. Like I don't know if you can say the word on here, but like it's some women that get struck and will forgive and they still stay. So no woman is leaving after the first DV. Thank you. No woman is leaving after the first time. They have this forgiving heart. They're getting battered and abused, and then they decide to leave. Now, in her heart, she did mean her majority of the time. She did mean her vows, right? In her heart. But when you're going through these type of things with the man, and he's not changing, he's not improving, and it's the same things over and over. Women are not robots. So she can mean this in her heart and still file for divorce, especially when it comes to infidelity. That's a huge reason because a lot of men think that monogamous relationships is going to keep them, is going to fix that lust demon that's in them. Like it's just going to make everything go and make everything perfect. And that's not how it works. So a lot of women are leaving their relationships and filing for divorce because of a lot of the things that the men are doing. The men keep being the problem in majority situations. So whether they're religious, whether they're spiritual, whether they're an atheist, it's the man. Well, no matter what principles, whatever he follow, it's usually the man that keeps effing it up with his woman, whether he's religious, spiritual, atheist, whatever. So we can talk about establishing rules and regulations even without the Bible for regular relationships, not regular relationship, but like people who don't subscribe to Christianity. They can have their own teamwork structure on how things are going to work, but yet they still fail. I mean, the men still fail it because of what they're doing: cheating, DV, and finances. Women usually come out of these situations. Well, we'll talk about that later. But that was my opinion. So I get the Christian standard because I'm Christian myself that you're trying to say, but even without that, regardless of the man's religious background, the men are just failing in regards when it comes to marriage and the labor that the woman's putting in and expecting to have intercourse, fiery intercourse, when she's doing 50-50 and taking care of the kids. She has too much on her plate. She has too much on her plate.
I'll be darned if I'm gonna go 50-50 with a man and still let him hunch on me. Absolutely not. I'm so sorry. That's gross. That's slavery.
I personally don't really agree with the 50-50. However, I know myself, and I know that's why I'm not in a relationship right now, because I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? I can admit when I'm not ready. Even though I passed the bar exam, I'm a lawyer, I'm still not, financially ready to take on that mantle. But again, a lot of people, like I said, they lust, they get into these relationships just to fuck. Oh well, I can't.
You good, bro? We're adults.
Way too smooth. You slip right off the tongue. That's how you really talk.
We're adults. We're adults. It's all good, bro.
I'm not in the courtroom today, man. So
it's all. Hey, bro, you say that in the court. I'm laughing. Your honor, he was just trying to fuck.
That's cap.
No, but also we honest.
No, wait, hold on. We going. I know. Lady T was trying to say something. Go ahead.
Y'all got me in here fighting for my life to get 5 words out. I'm tired, but like literally, I just wanted to say something about the other point about traditionalism. The problem I see with this is that a lot of people don't know how to date within their realm of possibility. I see it more so with men.
Thank you.
I see it more so with men than anybody else. I see men all the time talking about my dream girl this, my dream girl that. Meanwhile, you're not taking care of yourself to be her dream man. You're just expecting dream girl behavior. And then when you don't have what it takes to maintain her, you try to, like he was saying, you try to rope her down into these monogamous relationships under the assumption that she's not supposed to go anywhere when she's not being mistreated, her spirit's not being fed. You can't even give her a good orgasm on a regular basis. You're expecting this girl to rock her entire world and move it around for you because you said when. Baby, this don't move like that. And at the end of the day, if that's what you're looking for, then you're looking for another woman. I'm not what you want. Find somebody that is willing to give you what you want and stop being so particular about the nuances and the aesthetics, because the aesthetics are not going to get your needs met. And you can't even afford to keep me happy. Not even say if afford with money or like financial gain, but you're literally not even like, you're not qualified to love me. And you trying to force your love on me when it's not enough. I'm a gallon and you're a pint. And it don't matter how many pints I have, it's gonna take a while for you to fill me up. So at the end of the day, you and I would both be happier if we were with somebody we were more compatible with. Because attraction will mislead you if you are only seeking out aesthetics. So you have to be careful with that. And a lot of times men want what they quote unquote can't have, and they play themselves, and then you get your feelings hurt. You mad at her. You knew that was not your type. You knew that before you took yourself over there. And here you go playing yourself out loud. Now you mad.
So say it with me. Oh, wait. Stop, say it with me.
Women with
Wait,
babies.
say it with me. Say it with me. Choose better.
Choose better.
Same thing they say to the women.
More realistically, even if it's not conceivable better.
But men are not raised to choose realistically. That's the issue. You know, they were not raised to do that.
I'm saying, and that's the problem. They seem like, oh, women are materialistic. That woman has materials. She is not about to go live on Section 8 with you. Be so for real.
They were raised to be delusional, sis. Like men were literally raised to shoot for the stars.
Hold on, wait a minute. They're entitled to it too.
They were taught that they could shoot for the stars, even if they balled in by age 25, even if they got ED by age 35, even if they got 4, 5, 6 baby mamas and $30,000 a year. They were taught that they were supposed to choose the porn star, the chef, the woman that speaks 5 different languages.
One of their daddy had a grandma, she told them that just because you're choosing me doesn't mean that I'm obligated to choose you. Wait, I was just talking, y'all. Damn.
I thought we were supposed to say corn. Whoa.
She said corn.
Wait, let me finish my stuff. And just because you're choosing a woman does not mean she's obligated to choose you. Just because you force yourself into love with her does not mean she's obligated to force herself into love with you. Sometimes you need to be okay with the fact that we have more love to give than we will ever receive out of this world. That's just how this is set up. So it's better for you to find a partner that's willing to commit to keep pouring into you, so you know where that's coming from. Because trying to pour into somebody to convince them to pour into you is going to leave you drained every time. God said it himself. He said, give you your overflow, not from the bottom of your cup. So stop trying to force your love on somebody that's not asking you for it.
But my thing is, if you're going, that's why I just don't understand. Like, if you're a Christian, get you a Christian woman. She fall under the same stuff. If you're a Muslim, get you a Muslim woman. If you're an atheist, get you an atheist. If you're spiritual or free-spirited or whatever, get you somebody that's with that. Don't try to change somebody for who they are, because now you're playing tug of war in your marriage. I thought the point, even if you don't want to take the biblical statement of it, you wouldn't want to be equally yoked with your partner, meaning y'all are aligned in your political beliefs.
Because a lot of men want to be on top. There's a hierarchy built that trickles down, and the problem is that hierarchy stands so deeply in what is defined as manhood. They don't know how to be equal with a woman. They can't conceptualize being equal with a woman when they really delulu about their position. You know, you can be, first of all that gotta go away. There is no position. We just all out here living and trying to be, and unfortunately, struggling. Don't be an additional struggle. Be somebody that uplifts each other. Like, it's like, I'm happily divorced, and it was a burden the entire time.
Oh, we got a loser in the comments. We got a loser. My God, you talking about majority of women are the wrong women. Well, majority of men shouldn't be on this earth. Should I say that?
Exactly. See, but the thing is, and then his title is Happy Times. You don't seem too happy.
Hold on.
Happy people don't talk like that.
Hold on, Shemaine, you go and then Vanity.
No, I was gonna say BJ didn't me. So that's what I was saying, because BJ had something to say before I did. Hey, BJ.
So I got questions. Like Matt, like one Lady T, you said something about Section 8. Do you think all Section 8s are like? What is your image on Section 8?
Before you get lost in the comment, I just want to say what I actually meant.
Okay.
When I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the fact that if a woman has already accomplished a certain amount of stature or a certain amount of success, and she falls in love with a man, it is unbecoming and unfair of that man to try to maintain or expect her to lower the lifestyle she's already accommodated or already accomplished for herself to keep from bruising his ego about the lifestyle that he can afford, to keep from stepping on his toes about spending money on things that he can't spend money on. And before you get up in arms, I want to say something too. Men don't realize how mean they are when their money is fucked up. They don't realize how much of their own meanness they bring back home to women. And it does not serve a woman to be in an uncommitted relationship with a man who is not financially at the place she is already aspiring to be. I'm not saying anything is wrong with Section 8. I am saying that is a mismatch. I'm saying that is an incompatible match because the lifestyles do not match up. The goal lines are in two different corners of the arena. We're not working toward the same thing. And it's not my responsibility to bring you up to my level because you're not going to feel good about me. You're going to resent me for trying to force you into something that you're not either qualified or something that you didn't even want to do in the first place. So not that there's anything wrong with Section 8, but you should date somebody that's in that same category so that you and I don't have to worry about the mismatch becoming an issue.
I agree with you. So I agree with what you just said, but like there is a problem though because I'm not saying it's the majority. We already know it's not the majority, but so many women even on this app be talking about building a man. Why the fuck are you building a man? Same build a man.
Context. What context though?
Building a man. Any context.
I personally say that. So when I say that, I'm asking what you mean because I don't build men. Like I personally don't do that. So I'm asking you legitimately, like, what you mean? They're saying they were willing to do it. They're not willing to do it. I need context.
No, I'm just saying they will. Somebody said they not construct. She said she not construction.
I'm not working in construction. No, I don't look at potential. Most of the time when you say it's got potential, that's the potential. You should be focused on yourself.
See, I didn't say build with a man. I said build a man. Literally like trying to change a man. Pick out parts here and there and stuff them up.
It's a no. It's a hell no.
If I'm building you, that means that I'm actively trying to make us compatible, and I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. Don't do that. I literally cringe, and my
what you said was insane. I was like,
I was bullshitting, bro. I was bullshitting. It's not. I don't see no. I don't.
To my original point. It was my original point of that we should date in our own categories, and men don't want to be realistic about the kind of women that are accessible to them when they're trying. Like this is my thing. Men will say, "Oh, I don't want to be in a relationship because I'm not where I want to be financially." But you're okay to be having casual sex, knowing that getting a woman pregnant is on the table. You're gonna end up spending way more money on a baby than you would spend on anything else.
They don't. They don't.
Stand on your box. You don't stand on your square for real. If you're not in a position to be in a relationship, stop putting your penis in other people. Stop it.
They don't care to restrict themselves and have that discipline because they know at the end of the day they don't have an obligation to stay and take care of that responsibility.
And that's why I'm saying women out here who want that.
It's called the courtroom.
Wait, time out.
We shouldn't be having casual sex with men who are not in a position to put us in a relationship and put us in a house, period. Because at this point, if something happens, the worst case scenario will be your reality. And you need to prepare for that. Even if he's thinking with his penis, you need to be thinking with your head. You are going to have to live the circumstances. You're going to have to live with that baby. You're going to have to live those 9 months with your back on fire. So think about it.
Oh, I agree.
You are so on spot. Lesson learned. Not a man. A man can't convince me to have another one. When I tell you,
Wait, another what? I got lost. Another what?
But he can't even
another kid.
Let him pull up to my house. I don't even let a man pull up to my house to pick me up for a date. Baby, you don't need to be where I'm comfortable at. If you're trying to get to know me where you can see me, where you can focus.
Yeah,
but you're not about to be in my safe space trying to, I'm trying to get to, you're not trying to get in, nada. I don't have nothing for you, baby. I'm fresh.
No movie clips? That's what you saying, no movie clips? That's all you saying, no movie clips?
No Netflix and chill, no late night FaceTime.
Hold on,
I'm
y'all.
saying like the movie clips that you see on the movies from like the men going to pick up the woman from their house, like their house and stuff like that. There's no movie clips like that.
It's 2024. If the wrong man know where you live, you in trouble forever. And I'm not renewing my lease for another year, so no.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Rapunzel.
Well, that's the reason why they used to come with a dowry back in the day.
Hold on a minute, please.
Dowry. The father wouldn't even release you.
The host said, "Hold on." Hey, yo, big sis, what's good, baby? Rapunzel.
That girl probably sleep.
Oh, girl, it's me.
I said big sis. What you want me to say, Big Bird?
Yeah, that's probably what she'll respond to. Damn it.
Yeah, like okay, now she want to respond. I'm like, yo, I think
Shannon, get out my face, get out my mug. Damn.
What you mean? Oh, you ain't got it?
Shit. Anyway, I had wanted to say something.
How much you love me and the abuse?
Bring it down.
Wait, man. You don't have your moderator access?
Yes,
I already gave it to you. What you talking about?
I should have my broom. I mean, I don't know.
Yes, you do. That's why I'm like, yes, you
do.
do.
What you talking about?
One day I do, one day I don't. I don't know.
Okay.
But
confusion is real.
Right. But I would just like to make this comment because I just keep hearing, girl, I don't know what be wrong with you girls, but Section 8 is foul. That is foul. Girl, so fuck up in the house, bitch, and the government said, girl, but I get it. I got exactly what she was saying. But I'm just saying, Section 8 is foul. Anyway, y'all ready for Project 2025? Y'all ready?
Go look at Black Project 2025. That's what I'm ready. I'm about to be a monitor.
I'm on that too, so I'm ready.
Listen, if it happens, it happens. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Because I wanted to say something about that Section 8 shit too. I hope y'all know there is Section 8 in the suburbs. Just want to let that be pointed out.
And that's why I wanted it.
Y'all are about to miss my entire point trying to make all these.
Not in joke.
Your
Not in playing.
What's your point, Lady T?
It's just but that's not the case. I didn't mean it as a jab. But the fact is, if you can afford to not be on Section 8, 9 times out of 10 you would choose better. So that's
you limited.
No.
I have nothing against Section 8.
That's not what we were saying though.
She playing on.
Yeah.
No, that's not what we were saying. We was just saying that, when you get that voucher in the mail, shit changed. So I'm just saying.
Not even that. Certain areas. Like
So wait, y'all scared? What y'all scared of?
No shade. Shemaine, you gonna roll up with me?
Where are we rolling up to?
Yeah, to roll up now. Y'all got to stress me out.
Lady T, most of the time, on the real, I have a lot of clients, and a lot of them are white that are on Section 8, and they got mad benefits, kids getting picked up to school, all kinds of stuff, and that's the part. These statistics are wrong. White people are on welfare. This country is set up for white people to be on welfare and us to be on labor. So and Social Security, all of it. So,
it was made for them.
Yeah, it was made for them. So yeah, if we can get on there, great. I mean, some of us really need it, but if you can stay off of it, that's even better because you got more freedom to move.
That was my entire point. I feel like a woman's first priority should be to keep an eye on her freedom, as long as while we are living in the best age of American Black history right now, and I feel like we are losing that age.
We are.
Think about it, y'all. Our grandparents did not have the liberties that we have. They did not have the freedoms to do as much as we do. I know it's not perfect, but we are still in the process of progress.
I can get a passport.
Hold on, wait. No, wait.
Nothing about a passport.
Wait,
We can get a passport though.
Wait, we can get a passport. We can vote. We can get dual citizenship in other places in the world. We can actually travel anywhere. Like there are things that people have been fighting for inclusion in this country for almost a century. Title like for our people, we are actually able to take advantage of those liberties in this lifetime. Our kids are able to take advantage of those liberties in this lifetime. So
Wait, what?
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying,
girl, Jim Crow just came back. Like what?
No, Jim Crow. I'm not gonna let Jim Crow. We need to start gray rocking these mofos. That's what we need to do. Listen, the only reason why they get away with this shit is because we let them sometimes. You know, I'm not gonna be living no damn Jim Crow.
At this point in history, I'm convinced that Malcolm X was right. Like MK had the right idea, but Malcolm X might have been right, y'all. That's what I'm saying. This inclusion shit is where all of the heartache came from. If we would just get our own stuff, if we just got our own stuff, and we learned how to monetize our brain power, we could be a superpower.
Man, we will never.
I'm not talking about American economy. I'm talking about finally getting some power behind the black dollar.
They destroyed your black dollar.
We did that already. They set us on fire.
And then putting the CIA.
Do it again. Because
Wait, talk. Okay, you talk. Oh, okay, so again, so let me frame the question. Who here is ready to die? Let's stop the bullshit. Let's stop the bullshit. Who here is ready to gather up, storm the White House, and die?
I done already died too many times, so I'm pretty much okay.
No, guys. Like who here?
I want to keep some of my life.
The question is, do you believe in death? Do you believe in death?
Shit, that motherfucker very real. My mama ain't came back yet. So what we talking?
I done already got here and came back already too many times for a while, so I'm pretty much okay right now. I for some other reason I ended up figuring out I got too many. I done already wasted too many lives, so I'm pretty much okay right now.
So this is what I'm saying. So you're either gonna fight. So you're either gonna fight for. So listen, you're either gonna fight for change.
If I tell you all the lives I lost,
Now I'm saying you're either gonna fight for change through legislation, like just like how the. So if you want to talk about reparations and all this stuff.
Change it through their legislation.
So again, so let me finish though. So for reparations, right? The only way that's going to come is come through reparations. Legislation. Or you're going to die for it. So I'm asking. I don't think you're scared. I don't think you bold enough. I really don't. Because if you were, you would have done it already. Oh, Shannon, we're gonna die anyway. Well, you want to keep talking about it, or you want to gather up arms? Because I don't see black folks as a collective group.
If you believe you can die, you ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh, you can definitely
die. Eternal. You may step up, and there's a lot of people before us that put their lives on the line that died. Malcolm, all of them, they knew it.
They not back.
The thing is they did it anyway.
Yeah, but they're not back.
The thing is that we need to have that same energy.
Yeah, so again, that's what I'm saying. I don't think black folks as a collective group of people are ready to die on that for that. You're not.
I'm not afraid. The only way that change is gonna come about. I'm not convinced that that's the only thing we can do.
Oh, okay. So again, change through this country has always came through legislation. Okay. So the only change that you would get as black folks would be through legislation. The majority of white folks are freaking ignorant on systemic racism, right? So let me explain this. They believe literally because there is no law that directly goes against black folks that you're not oppressed as black folks because they changed the law. They changed words on a piece of paper, but they kept the same practices in place, right? So they don't even fucking understand that you're still oppressed in some ways through systematic racism. When you look at the loans, when you look at the bank, all of that, redlining,
Yeah.
right? They literally changed what. Oh, that's why when you have those conversations with Caucasian people, the first thing they ask, well, what laws are oppressing you today? And you can ask them, well, why? How come y'all never reconciled for the damage you did to the black community? Oh, lift yourself up by the bootstraps. Well, we did that.
They don't keep their agreements anyways. It's just it's just
so.
you know,
If change
it's a
doesn't,
show.
so the question
It's a
is,
show.
if change doesn't come through legislation, if you're too much of a cow, can you? If change doesn't come through legislation, and if it doesn't come through war, what else? What else are you ready to do?
Okay, let me tell you the answer to that. I was thinking, as a community, I know somebody said they already burned our stuff down before, but I don't think that the idea should be thrown away of us having our own micro communities. I don't think that us coming up with our own competitive dollar or form of currency as our own race is unfathomable. Yes, it will have to come through legislation. Yes, it's all tied up. But I think there is more that can be a conduit for change than just violence and legislation. We have to stop working within the confines of the system that we already know is not working. You're asking how a solution is going to happen. It's going to happen by us coming from outside of the parameters of this existing system and finally demanding that we are actually included in the Constitution. Because as it stands today, our rights are not actually represented at all in the Constitution of this country. So we would have to restructure from the ground up is the answer to the question that I was hearing you ask.
But again, when you're dealing with a group of people who have a lineage of evil and they literally kill, steal, and destroy, right? And they had something in the CIA which literally said prevent the rise of a black messiah. They don't want you to fucking rise. So what I'm saying is, even if you start building, right? They've already shown throughout history they will destroy your shit and take your shit, and they put laws in place against you. I'm not saying don't try, but I'm saying until you're willing to die for it, right? Till you're willing to die for it, you're not gonna have this big mad change, right? Because these people have a freaking lineage of evil, and they're ready to kill. They bully the whole entire world. They have what's it called? Well, they have destabilized countries in Africa. Literally have destabilized a whole bunch of countries to keep the black people down. So you're dealing with a group of people that's in their nature to kill, steal, and destroy. Not trying to be mean, not trying to throw white people under the bus, but I'm saying if you look at their history, America was built on bloodshed. There wouldn't be no fucking America without the natives being destroyed. So until you're ready to have that same energy and that same smoke, you're not getting anything.
Okay, I actually think I agree now. We might agree with a civil war in order to get this popping off.
You're going to look.
Here's another thing. We all have to stop trusting their word. They don't keep their word. They lack integrity. See, what it is that we want our nature of integrity and fairness and to place it on them. And that's what we got to stop doing. We got to see them for who they are on all levels and realize, I think it was Malcolm that called them the devils. Listen.
I wouldn't do that, but yeah.
I have yet to see that disproven. Okay. I have yet to see that disproven. And it's not even the ones that say they're quote unquote good that are the problem, is that they're okay to sit on the sidelines while all the bad do what they're doing. Look at how they voted in this election. So here's what we have to do. We have to, like we say, all men need to change. We need to do that with all other white people, because they don't care about us. I'm just going to put it that way. I don't care if you marry them. I don't care if you have babies with them. They don't care because we're a commodity. One thing, stop having children. Period. Another thing I recommend, leave the country.
That's what I was kind of getting to. That's what I get to. Like, we need to recongregate outside of the country. That's what I meant when I said Malcolm was right.
Where?
Brother, I'm in Africa right now.
Do you have any idea how many uncharted islands there are in this
So
country?
okay, but hold on. But I'm also aware of the diaspora that all skin folk ain't kin folk. So we could talk about going to Africa all day long. I wouldn't. We could talk about going to Africa all day long. I know that a lot of them, not majority. I can't even say that. I can't even faithfully say that. I know how they feel. So I wouldn't. So where? Where's the best place for me?
There are islands, there are places that are uncharted. There are millionaires buying whole islands out here. If we got our stuff together and got our geometry together, we would be able to find a place. There are solutions for the problems we have, but we're not looking for them.
Yeah, okay. So how many islands? So how many? So you can have a certain amount of black people on this island, a certain amount of black people there, a certain amount of black. You know what I'm saying? But I guess
something though. Like I need y'all to really get to the and like when it comes to like these round table talk conversations and stuff like that. The one thing that I always find that is misplaced or that is or nowhere to be found is that for these things to work, for these things to take place, what you have to understand is that the very same people that you're talking about that are within this community have to have a sense of empathy that far extends themselves. They have to have a sense of empathy that is and or past their own understanding. The person next to the other person, there are people that will literally spit on homeless people. There are literally people that will sit up here and take money just because they can. So you have to remember, these are the people that you walk outside with. That's not going to look as, picture perfect as you might think it will. So I think you would need to start there and even ask yourself, do I possess the level of empathy that I'm expecting the girl next to me to have?
Give me one second. I hear you, but give me brother, can you explain that? You said black people turn their back on Africa.
They're not going to have a diaspora war.
I mean, he said it. I was going to let him explain what he's talking about. How is it a diaspora? Every conversation that we have is not a diaspora war. Or
it turned into one, though.
No, it's not.
No, I was essentially. Okay, go ahead, y'all.
You was okay. Well, no. Say what you were essentially saying. It's okay. I'm not like I promise. I'm not gonna say anything stupid. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, this happened. I'm not gonna do that.
I was basically saying that like when Africans, like, this is post-slavery, post-Black rights, when Africans did come to America, they were kind of excluded from the Black community. So now we're more so into an age where people are trying to find their roots and get back to their roots. So when they come back to Africa, it's kind of like they remember how they were treated when they came to America. That's what's going on right now. But it's more accepting. It's changing. They're changing the narrative now, but that's essentially what happened when Africans that were born in Africa, they came to America looking for a differential change, and they would go to like Black people in the community, and they were like exiled out of that community.
Mm. Okay.
It's the other way around too when you're in Africa, because there's a lot of people in Africa that don't believe that African Americans are African.
Yeah, but that's from the behavior they were treated, their parents or their ancestors were treated when they came to America.
So we're not.
I'm a Nigerian descent too, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So here's the thing. I agree with the concept of skin folk ain't always kin folk, and a lot of things what people don't understand about history in general. We didn't look at skin color. We looked at tribes. We looked at regions and stuff like that, even in Africa. So that's how we kind of got in this position in the first place in the Americas, because people collaborated with our enslavers in Africa to get us on those ships for various reasons, whether it was about kingdoms, land, whatever. The concept of slavery was slightly different, but it was still there. The point is that when I moved here, it was just a wait to be without eyes on me, feeling like I was different or I was going to steal or blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? There's a weight is lifted, and there is a connection to self. There is a connection to your spirit when you quote unquote come home. I'm multi anyway. I can't say exactly, but I know my mom's side is Nigerian via Dominic, via all kinds of things. Is see that disconnect from within is what caused the disconnect in the community. And so I have frustration sometimes with my African brethren because they look at Americans through the lens and through the falsehoods of their colonizers. There's a lot of mental colonial shit going on, and you know how it is. You know how other
can we really blame them though? Because one of the things that I noticed, and just based on just some political views, just bringing that up right now. But there's talks of California trying to organize Black people getting reparations, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will not believe how many other Black people have a problem with this because their response is, well, Black people ain't going to do nothing with it but spend it on stupid shit anyway. And it's like, how are you going to put that on all of us? And why would you?
Because they hate themselves.
Out loud negatively about getting your
because they hate themselves
and making it a joke. Because now you have other people outside the community that are jumping on the bandwagon and believing that Black people won't put this money to good use and that they're just going to spend it on cars and money. And you know what? There are going to be some ignorant mofos that will. They will spend it on absolute nonsense. But for some people who are somewhat versed on money and give a damn about the future and not just today, they're going to put that money to good use. But the people that can afford to put people in better positions, we have more millionaires, Black millionaires and billionaires now than we ever have in history. Yet they're not putting their money to good use. Collectively, they're not really doing anything to overall help the Black community. They haven't rebuilt Wall Street. They're not putting mass amounts of Black children in schools. They're not building recreational centers in urban communities. They're not feeding the homeless. They're not doing a lot. They're not protecting women from DV. They're not doing a lot of things that you would think people would be able to do.
How do you think they were allowed to get those billions? Do you think they just worked to get those billions and millions?
Yeah, they lifted themselves up out of
a contract. They signed a contract. They signed an agreement that says, okay, we'll give you this. We'll give you this, but you ain't spending it on your people. I've seen it in action. This is what we got to get out. We got a whole undercurrent of, I'll say the word again, hegemony. The 1%, these dark mother effers out here.
Bruh. How? How? I just got disconnected. I don't know how I got disconnected. All right. Well, that's the end. Hey, listen, y'all. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'm not, because I've been meaning to do this. Tomorrow I'm not using TikTok tomorrow. I'd rather just do a YouTube panel and just talk to y'all. And get some perspectives. And I think the most I can have up at a time with my StreamYard is like 6 people. So tomorrow I'm probably go live around 7 o'clock. And I don't know what we're talking about yet. I don't know what we're talking about yet. Maybe like Black issues and stuff that's going on and how we can be better and stuff like that. But yeah, tomorrow I'm just using YouTube. I don't want to I thought I knocked my bowl over. I don't want to use TikTok right now. Plus it'd be frustrating. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the show. I'm tired. It's like 11:57. So tomorrow it's just straight YouTube, bro. I'll send the link on YouTube, bro. We're not using TikTok. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Be encouraged in Jesus' name. And yeah, love y'all.